You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
Hey, good luck to Trayvon Walker last night at String Sports Brewery in Jax Beach. We had a good day out there, big crowd. Obviously, a lot of electricity here in the Jacksonville area, although I'm not in the Jacksonville area. That's why I'm going to use my golf voice. But I got to give a shout out to Andy, who watches the show each and every day. Now, I don't know if he's watching right off the top of the show or not, but his wife, I think it was his wife, came up to us and said he watches all the time, listens to the show. She always hears it through the house. I don't think she wants to hear us or watch the show, but she has to because Andy's doing it. So a shout out to him and everybody who came out to see Trayvon Walker on Monday night as the Jags are in first place in the AFC South. Hey, everybody, and welcome to a Tuesday. Tuesday that's going to look a little bit different. You'll be seeing Jason Hamby. You'll be hearing from Jason Hamby. Austen Lane will join us in just a little bit, but later on in the 10 o'clock hour. I'm actually flying up to Ohio, so I'm going to join you for the first 20 minutes or so here from the Baltimore airport on a little layover, and then we'll be business as usual after that. So good morning, Hamby, and make sure you give a shout out to Andy and his wife or whoever else is listening at his house.
At a baby. I think, Brent, we actually might have a little gremlin from you that we didn't have earlier. So you might want to hop out and hop back in there.
Great.
Yeah, it's awesome. The old Austin gremlin that we're getting. And I know that you can't hear it, but you know what it sounds like, and it sounds awesome. Yeah, glad that Andy was able to get that shout out. I know it's been packed at Strings, Glenmar. There's a pig, yeah. Pig, gremlin, same thing. It's been packed at Strings every Monday and Thursday in the last couple weeks, and I mean, it's amazing what happens when you finally have a winning product on the field and you can rally around a team. Obviously, the Jags fan base has been doing that. Mondays at String Sports Brewery, Thursdays at Spring Sports Brewery downtown in Springfield, both at 7 o'clock. You can always watch them on Fox 30. Always try to get a guest. Trayvon Walker last night, and you might hear from him a little bit later. Mr. Hugo in the chat says Trayvon definitely has a future in TV when he's done playing. He's so good when he's on the show. Yeah, I mean, Trayvon is definitely a character, and, you know, he's a guy who's, you know, military family. You're not always going to get you're not going to get many exotic answers by any means. But he's definitely a guy who could definitely, I agree, have a future there. Yeah, welcome here, everybody. I'm talking Jags. Y'all know the drill. Austin will join us shortly. We're going to go around the NFL as well, talking Shedeur Sanders, Kevin Stefanski, that whole thing. We're going to be talking about Phillip Rivers potentially making a return from hibernation, 5 years out of the National Football League, most likely going to be back, potentially be back. He's working out, we believe, with the Colts today, is flying to Indianapolis. So we'll have a lot of around the NFL talk, but back to the Jags for now and Trayvon Walker. Looks like we've got Brent back. Brent, can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you. It sounds a little better. We got the gremlins gone.
That's right.
Hopefully. You can only tell. I can't tell. So, yes, let's go with Phillip Rivers right off the rip because that's amazing. 44th birthday yesterday. He tried out for the Indianapolis Colts, or at least worked out for the Colts. And I guess this is a little bit twofold of a thing here. Could Phillip Rivers be a little bit of a factor from a depth standpoint, but also could he help tutor or mentor a little bit Riley Leonard because he's worked with him in the past. So fascinating development considering Rivers hasn't played in 5 years now. I feel like they tried to get him off the couch a couple of times, much like Joe Flacco, but he was too busy, probably extending the family and spending time with the family. And so they didn't do it. But it's just insane that I know he's been coaching some high school football and stuff, but to be able to potentially even just the idea of it, come back in and play quarterback in the NFL after 5 years off would be absolutely insane. And I can't imagine too productive, but it shows you just how crazy the situation is for the Indianapolis Colts. And, you know, listen, I kind of joke about this all the time. I think it's amazing Chris Ballard, the GM, of the Colts has had this many chances to try to figure out the quarterback spot. But then I also give him a lot of credit and say, hey, at least he's, certainly giving it a whirl and giving it a try. So, I mean, they're in desperation mode right now in Indianapolis, no doubt about it. And he's going to give it a whirl. So you think there's any chance it works out, Hamby?
No, I mean, I don't. And the reason I don't think he would come back even to tutor is because, like we've seen, his Hall of Fame clock would reset. I think if he's going to, do the 5-year reset, he would want, playing time. He's not going to come back and reset that thing just to come and, tutor Riley Leonard or help Riley Leonard out in the classroom. Like, if he's coming back, he wants to play. And I know they could kind of circumvent that at least a little bit by signing him to the practice squad. Then he would still be in the room, could still help out and all that stuff. But at the same time, Daniel Jones is there too. Like, Daniel Jones is not – he's going to be in the building. And if anybody knows that offense best, it's Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones knows that offense specifically way better than Phillip Rivers does. And so, Daniel Jones can help out with the classroom stuff and for Riley Leonard or Brett Ripien or whatever his name is, who's going to be behind as the second string. So I think this is, for Phillip, I mean, he has nothing to lose, but if he's going to get off the couch and reset the clock, he's going to play.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you can be around it, by the way, for a month or so. I mean, if you're signed to the active roster, you can go to the practice squad, and you could still be around it if you're on the practice squad, I guess. But, I mean, I understand what you're saying. If that's the case, you just bring it in to help them out. I mean, why don't you just sign him up as a consultant for a month? You don't have to put him on any kind of roster move. So the reality is, who the heck knows? I just think it's fascinating. I think it's not a bad idea, even though I do kind of hammer Ballard for all the mistakes he's made at QB. And I think it's not going to work at the end of the day. Because here's the deal. Let's just say they lose to Seattle and find a way to beat San Francisco, so they would be 9-6.
Mm-hmm.
If they're 9-6, so I guess if they were to beat San Francisco, you'd feel pretty good if you're a Colts fan that they could beat the Jaguars with 2 weeks to go in the season on the 28th. But if you're the Jaguars, and let's just say they did roll out Phillip Rivers at that time or whatever, are you afraid of Phillip Rivers and the Colts?
Right.
I would say probably not. So, but I mean, he's still afraid of Jonathan Taylor, I guess, and maybe by then they got Sauce Gardner and DeForest Buckner. So they're just trying to give themselves a shot and a chance at it. I just don't see it happening. I don't really think it's going to help. I just think the underrated thing the other day was that Riley Leonard played decent football.
Yeah, he did.
I'm not afraid of him. I just thought he played decent football for a guy who had thrown the ball twice in the NFL. He was 0 for 2 on attempts coming into that game. So it means he hasn't played. And I thought for a young quarterback who's supposed to be a project and their third guy, I thought he ran the offense pretty well. And I think you could probably cater to him, especially with Jonathan Taylor back there and Tyler Warren and a bunch of veteran receivers. So I think I would ride with Riley Leonard. Of course, he's got a knee injury. But
right. Yeah, he's week to week or day to day at least.
Yeah, week to week with that. I mean, he's obviously not going IR or anything, so I'm sure he can play through it. But I mean, listen, they got a heck of a running game, and if they do get those guys back on defense anytime soon, I think they still have a small chance. The schedule just doesn't add up. I think people are a little bit writing them off too soon. It doesn't feel great, I understand, but I think still, if you have Jonathan Taylor and you do have some of those guys coming back on defense, you got a chance in just a wacky NFL season. So we'll see what happens. But I do think it's a little too soon to write them off. It's obviously a little too soon to write the Chiefs off, Hamby. And, you're not going to write the Chargers off despite that schedule, because that was a hell of a win by the Chargers last night to beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, yeah, it was one of the worst. I thought it was one of the worst games I'd ever seen by two teams with winning records. Just absolutely pathetic. And I can't wait till Austen gets in so we can talk about Jalen Hurts, because Buddy, for the first time in NFL history, turned it over twice in a single play. A -4 burger in fantasy football for all those who had those, who had him. which is a first as well. I thought it was terrible football. I didn't even think Herbert played well. I don't think anybody on the field played well. The defenses, I felt like they ran into their turnovers too. I don't even think that they played all that great either. So, I mean, the only guy who deserves a little bit of praise is Cameron Dicker, who made, I think, 6 field goals. Other than that, I think it was just who wanted to lose the game more.
Yeah, I disagree with you on this. I think the Eagles' defense, by the way, is really good, and they've kept them in the games. Their offense has been clunky all season. So I mean, the Chargers' defense, certainly we saw it bad against the Jags, but I mean it played pretty well, and I thought they rallied around an injured Herbert. They've got so many holes, but they continue to battle. I thought that was a pretty good Jim Harbaugh win for the Chargers, and Herbert getting a lot of praise too. So they're not dead yet, and they also, I mean, they got 9 wins now. They have a real gauntlet of a schedule. But I think the big thing there from the Chargers standpoint, Andy, was now if they can play that way and beat the Super Bowl champs, it gives you hope that they can maybe still obviously be right in the mix of it, not reeling, and maybe meet the Houston Texans at home in the second to last week of the season. That's the impact for the Chargers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Can they win that game? Because it's hard to find a loss for the Chargers outside of that.
Yeah, I got the
for Houston outside of that. Yeah.
At Kansas City for the Chargers, at Dallas, home against Houston, and then at Denver. I mean, that is a gauntlet right there.
Oh, no, they've got the gauntlet. But again, if they're playing well, if they're playing for meaningful stuff, if they can find a way to continue to at least be a threat, it gives at least a little bit of Jags hope, because that means the Jags could slip up once in Denver, and maybe if the Chargers can take care of Houston, and Houston and the Jags both win 3 out of 4, then the Jags can win the AFC South. So, I mean, you're trying to find a loss for Houston right now. The Chargers is the only game that looks on paper like they are going to have at least a shot to lose that game, because you got Arizona and the Raiders coming up next, and then who knows what the Colts look like in the last game of the year for Houston. So to me, that was a good sign. That's the positive sign of that win for the Chargers, is that, hey, they can win at home, second to last game of the year, and in a big game. That can be a big game for them, whether it's in the AFC West or whatever seeding in the wild card race. What are the thoughts, by the way, about the Eagles? I mean, first, their offense hasn't been good all year. Their offense really is not fun to watch. The Eagles are not fun to watch at all.
No,
they're just not an entertaining brand of football, in my opinion. And they also don't look like they enjoy playing football. Like, it's not just us watching it that's not entertained. It looks like they're not entertained. That's what struck me yesterday watching that game, is the Eagles just don't look like they have fun playing ball. And it's almost like they don't even want to be out there sometimes. I don't know if anybody else caught that. I don't know if my eyes just caught that. But it looks like a miserable football team that's 8-5.
Yeah, they just look frustrated all the time.
Which is weird, because they're the Super Bowl champs. It's not like they've got that much pressure on them coming off the Super Bowl. And so what's the problem? Do they just not like each other?
I mean, I think that's part of it.
Hey, 3-word answer guy. You got any more than that?
Oh, my bad. I mean, I think it's obvious.
I feel like I'm talking to my wife and she's mad at me right now.
My bad. I thought you had more on that. No, I don't think. To me, it seems like A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts, that's the obvious one. And then Saquon's like caught in the middle of it when there's turnovers. But at the end of the day, if he's ultra critical, things that to happen in an NFL locker room, which makes it even almost wilder that they're still winning and that they're still in first place, and they're probably still going to go on a run in the playoffs, and we're all going to forget about all this.
They're oddly a streaky team. I think ABC showed or ESPN showed the graphic last night where they've, won whatever, then lost a couple, won whatever. Now they've lost 3 in a row. And so where will that streak take them? Now they've got a pretty soft schedule. They play like the Commanders and somebody else, and then there's one decently hard game, I think. And the Cowboys can catch them, but basically the Cowboys have to go like 4-0 and 3-1, or 3-1, and the Eagles have to go 2-2 or 1-3 for them to get in. But the other big thing here to me is Saquon Barkley's had a bad year. It just hasn't been a good year. And Austin has talked about this too, coming off a heavy dose of usage from last season. Guys haven't done well, Derrick Henry and him. But I just think he looks slow. Like their offense looks slow. And I know he broke through for the 52-yarder and had a couple of nice runs yesterday. But even there, it's not this holy cow, he's the best player on the planet feel that you had last year. You just don't get that out of Saquon Barkley. Now, is that the line? Maybe. But you still don't get it from him. He looks sluggish, like getting to the line of scrimmage to me. Looks sluggish once he's kind of through the line of scrimmage. It just looks like he's lost a step, which I still think is pretty surprising because he doesn't feel old coming off a 2,000-yard season and the kind of campaign that he had when he was the best player in the game a season ago. I mean, he's going to go from – was he like the number 1 or number 2 player in the top 100, which, can be a little bit of a farce, but he's probably 1, 2, or 3. And he might not be in the top 100 when they come out with him after this year.
That is nuts.
That is a hell of a drop-off. I mean, and you can get drop-offs at running back, but again, I don't think Saquon Barkley feels Derrick Henry in age. And he's not Derrick Henry in age, or even usage in his NFL career. So, the Eagles, if you're, again, it's all gravy probably if you're an Eagles fan. I mean, I know you get mad because you're an Eagles fan, but they won the Super Bowl, and they've had a lot of success, but it just doesn't look good. And it was a couple of years ago where they were, I think that's a 10-1 through 11 games. They were 11 games, just like the Jags when they had got off to the 8-3 start. Jags obviously collapsed, missed the playoffs. The Eagles collapsed that year too. They made the playoffs, but they weren't even a threat in the wild card game. I think they got hammered pretty good. I don't think you're going to see that out of this team. But one thing about Jalen Hurts, if you like him, if you're a fan of him, I think he was like 19 touchdowns and 2 picks or something going into that game, something like that. I mean, to turn it over 5 times, if that becomes a thing for Hurts, now you've got a quarterback just that really can't help you out because it seems that many times he's limited anyway in some of the passing game stuff. But wow, and I'll give you one more about the Eagles. It's like all of a sudden I'm paying attention to the Eagles, and we're in Philly. I just think they're fascinating. They got A.J. Brown going the last 3 games, and they've lost all 3 games.
Yeah.
See, to me, that I don't know. Is there something chemistry-wise where they've had to force them the ball? And, I mean, they threw like 14, 15 targets his way yesterday. Could have had even a bigger game. But it's okay. They fixed some of the soap opera with A.J. Brown, but it's not helping them win. So that's kind of a weird thing, in my opinion. All right,
why you should just go away from it. I mean, if it's not helping you win, then he needs to be you're more of a decoy and move away from it. I did want to read you one thing. Chargers head coach Harbaugh on the win last night said, quote, "I put it in the discussion of the birth of my 7 children, my marriage, in the conversation, just joyful and joyous."
He's fantastic. Old Harbaugh. That's a heck of a win, man. He should be joyous. He's doing a good job, even though they're depleted. They're like one of the most unlucky teams ever, injury-wise. And listen, Herbert found a different way to do it. I didn't think he was going to run the ball at all with a hand injury, and he ended up running all over the place, especially late in the game. So what's crazy for you guys, like you guys are big fantasy football, they cannot get the football to Lad McConkey.
No. And that was great for me I was depending on the playoffs. I needed Lad and Saquon to both have mediocre games, and Saquon played well. Ended up getting that 50-yard touchdown on the fake tush push. But Lad had 1 catch, and I had Cameron Dicker. So playoffs it is, baby. Let's go. 6th seed.
Whatever works. Whatever works. All right, here's the deal. I'm going to get out of here. Got to hop on another flight in Baltimore. Austin's on his way in just a little bit. Hamby's going to take us for the next few minutes. Also play a little bit of reaction and sound from the Jags. Liam Coen, man, did he try to put on a face yesterday or what in terms of not trying to get carried away with the 9 wins? Because now all of a sudden he knows everybody's going to start talking about the Jags, and he does not want that side of it either. He'd rather play the no respect card. So it was an interesting dynamic just to watch the body language and the tone of Liam Coen yesterday, in my opinion. So Hamby's got you on the other side of this. Again, if you missed at the top, Trayvon Walker at Spring Sports Brewery in Springfield last night. We had a great crowd, and if the Gremlins were talking with me, and one more shout out to Andy, who's probably listening at home, and whoever else is listening in his house. So we appreciate him and everybody else for being around here on a Tuesday as the Jags first place in the AFC South and making a playoff push. A lot to talk about. Austen and Hamby got you covered the rest of the morning right here on the Brent and Austin Show on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Hi, I'm Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville. Whether you're looking for a side-by-side, ATV, motorcycle, or scooter, we have what you need.
Get a Moto Guzzi Stone Corsa for just $235 a month, or a Triumph Trident for as low as $207 a month, or the popular Honda Rebel 1100 DCT starting at a low $204 a month.
Stop by and choose your adventure from all of our great brands, only at Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard. Family owned and operated since 1983.
Hello, I'm Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Since 2003, our firm has fought exclusively for the rights of men in family law. Divorce, modification of child support, alimony, custody, and more, all for men. A father is vitally important to a child's life, and being a man is not a reason to pay more in child support or alimony. I'm a single father. I get it. If you have a divorce or other family law issue, contact Kenny Lay & Associates at divorcemenonly.com.
We've been telling you about the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network for over a year now. How to find it, what to see. Simply put, it's TV online. Local sports content all day, every day. Just like this.
Did you always want to make history? Like, think that big, or just say, hey, I want to play in the NFL?
I always say I wanted to play in the NFL.
That's it. Back to her left side, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
Oh, what a pass.
Oh, my goodness.
What a pass. Say he doesn't make a tackle, you still feel like his presence is felt in every single play.
I did have a sense that they wanted to be bold, that they wanted to make a splash.
It's content you won't find on TV. Find it on actionsportsjacks.com and just sit back and watch local sports all day on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
What's been going on?
We're both dealing with a lot of guilt right now.
Can't sleep, can't eat. See that brand new Hyundai Santa Fe? We only paid $100 for it.
Looks like we're out of time. Breathing exercises. Inhale, exhale.
Enjoy the new car.
Okay, thanks.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get a Hyundai Santa Fe with 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or get $3,500 bonus cash. Hurry in.
What a throw! Touchdown, Jaguars!
We're coming for you.
They're going to get him on the ground, and that's going to end the ball game.
We show no mercy.
Lawrence looking deep in the end zone. Touchdown!
Duval! ETN is going to take it all the way!
Right here on CBS 47.
CBS 47.
Right here.
Your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And the Jaguars strike first.
Go Jags.
the opportunity to explore what you might want to do with your life.
There's so many opportunities here that it can spark interest that you didn't even know you had.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University. Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oakleaf High School. Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Colts Hilly, Hilliard High School. Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Welcome back, Brent and Austen Show on a Tuesday, December 9th. You're looking live downtown Jacksonville. Can't really see anything. Fog is everywhere, so be careful on the roads. If you're out driving this morning, should be cleared up in hopefully when the sun comes out a little bit at some point today. This is not what it will look like this Sunday when the Jaguars play downtown in Everbank Stadium hosting the Jets. The game that we're going to get more into in the next couple of days. Obviously, a lot has been made of the Colts win and looking forward on when we play the Colts again and the Denver win and all that, but can't look too far ahead. We got the Jets this Sunday. Welcome back, everybody. Brent and Austen Show, Jason Hamby with you. Austen Lane will join us very, very shortly. Appreciate you you guys dealing with the Brent audio up there in the airport as he makes his way north. Brent and I, obviously, if you missed it, going back and talking about Trayvon Walker on Jags Report Live last night, Phillip Rivers' possible return, and the garbage fest that was the Monday Night Football game last night between the Eagles and the Chargers. But as we get back to the Jags, a lot of the conversation today about Liam Coen. And first of all, I mean, I don't think we can say it enough. The amount of credit that he deserves for getting this team to be a 9-4 football team. Again, if you go back just a month to the Texans' disaster, about as bad as it could possibly be. That falling apart, that choke job in the fourth quarter. Well, but even before that, Liam Coen deserved a ton of credit because the Jags had already gotten to 5 wins. They had already eclipsed their 2024 win mark through 2 months of the year. Okay, so when the Texans game happens and the Jags lose and blow it, you're like, well, if that might very well be it, and if it is, Liam Coen still deserves a lot of credit. Well, that's not all. Then the Jags have won 4 in a row. Now the Jags are 9-4. Now the Jags are in first place in the AFC South and look like they're just about locked into a playoff spot. Now, whether that's wild card or division, that is still very much so up for grabs. But as far as the playoffs in general, it would be very unlikely at this point. And look, we know the Jags, right? We all have that trauma. It's possible. So we're all knocking on wood and everything like that. But at this point, very unlikely that the Jags would miss the playoffs altogether. So it's an insane job from Liam Coen. And look, obviously, anytime that you win 4 in a row, anytime you've already at 9 wins, you have the chance to get to 11, 12, even 13, hypothetically. It's going to come with a lot of noise, right? It's going to come it's going to come with a lot of attention on your team, and people are going to give you credit. And obviously, we've seen this more than a time or two. How does a team handle success? How does a team handle a winning streak? How does a team handle finishing the year when they've already, and the biggest part about that is not just the winning streak, not just first place, it's about the expectations. Okay. The Jags had all offseason and all, everything to hear about how they were going to win 5 games. And Liam Coen didn't get any attention, and that was all good from the national people and all that. But again, more about the expectations than it is just that they have 9 wins or that they have gone on this winning streak. They've already surpassed their expectations. They've already surpassed their goals. Now, are you going to come to me and say, well, all of their goals was to win a Super Bowl? Well, I mean, I'm sure at the end of the day, at some point in their off-season meetings, they talked about the goal of winning the Super Bowl. That's obviously why you play the game. But deep down, maybe non-verbally, everybody would have thought back in August, if this team wins 9 games, check the box, that's a success. Every single person on that team, every person in the locker room, Gladstone, Baselli, Shad Khan, if you win 9 games, this season is a success. You've done that. You've still got 4 more to go, and now you've totally pushed the expectation and the goal, at least, to a whole nother echelon, and that's I'm going a playoff run. So obviously, Liam Coen and this Jaguars team that has preached and been totally devoted to thriving on the disrespect, thriving on the lack of expectations. Now that they have expectations, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? How are they going to respond? Now that they are getting attention, now they are getting a little bit of respect, little bit, in quotes, how are they going to react? Well, Liam Coen was asked about this yesterday. He was also asked about it right after the game. I want to play you both of these things. We'll start with right after the game on Sunday, after the dominating win against the Colts, and move on from there. But I think this is really interesting. And key in on this, 6 months in, Liam Coen gets Jacksonville.
When you have a team that feeds on disrespect, how does that continue to go when maybe the respect starts to come, which might be where you are right now?
I don't know if we'll ever really get it. So that's the beauty of it. It ain't coming. You know that. It's not. So, and that's the beauty of it. And that's totally fine. And, it's one of those things that I think the group right now, Houston was good for us. I do believe that. The end of Houston was good for us. And to know that each game is going to be a 60-minute football game, and our mindset and mentality has to be that way. And when you get into December and you're going to go play some really difficult games on the schedule coming up, and everyone counts. Trevor just said it. Everyone is exactly the same right now moving forward for us. And I'm very proud of these guys getting the 9 wins, but a lot of work to be done.
Sounds like you don't honestly want the respect to come.
Yeah, I don't think it helps. I've heard the rat poison before. Everybody loves you when you're doing it well, and then, you're always going to find something. That's the competitive advantage that you have. Every player has to get themselves into a place, right? You always hear the stories about Jordan and how he would create things to get himself into a place to go compete. So our guys just keep finding ways to get a little bit pissed off and go play their tails off and execute, though, at a higher level. And I think that's the thing that we're starting to see a little bit better since the Chargers game is, playing with an edge, but also going out and executing the plan at a higher level.
There's Liam Coen. That was Sunday again after the win, and you heard it. I mean, again, this guy understands Jacksonville. Always overlooked, always doubted, never respected, and he understands that it's not coming, right? For him to understand that it's not going to come, I think is really indicative of his understanding of the history of this franchise. It's like he's done his homework on the Jags. He knows exactly what the identity of this team is, and he knows exactly what the prevailing thought of this team is from the national media and maybe the national NFL, fan base, the regular NFL fan, the average fan, what they think of Jacksonville. And I want to get to more on that in a second, but I want you to compare that. Again, he was asked about it yesterday. After about 24 hours sitting with it, Lou Mann says, yeah, rat poison. Yeah, Matt Kane Cooper says in the chat, it's the exact same thing that Nick Saban obviously made famous, right? He never wanted his teams to hear about, the success and the praise that we're getting. And I think Coen is echoing that here. Here he is yesterday, asked kind of about this, something very similar.
It's easy. No, we'll have plenty to continue to work. I mean, guys, like, we're not, hate to say it, but we're not in a position to act like that. We know what happens when we let the foot off a little bit. We've seen what that looks like, and I think when you learn from those moments and those times in games, it's our jobs to hold that standard, to not let ourselves get to that position. Are we going to play perfectly every single snap and every single game? Probably not. But if we can have the right mindset and mentality for 60 minutes and 4 quarters, I feel a lot better about that.
That's yesterday, and I think where he's really going with this, and it was the same as the end of the answer on Sunday, is this isn't just about motivation and playing with a certain edge, but it's also how you execute within that. How how the Jags, how the players specifically are dialed in, are focused. It's one thing to play with edge, but again, if you're not executing and you're not dialed in on the process of things, well, that can really hurt you. One other thing I wanted to bring up was, again, Liam Coen went back and said the Texans' loss was helpful. And we kind of hinted at this yesterday, that at the end of the year, given the tiebreakers, right, where it's more the Jags really need to beat Denver, because to stay ahead of Houston. Obviously, if they win out, they got it. If they win 3 but lose at Denver, they could be the 6th seed in the wild card, or potentially even they could be the 5 or 6, but they wouldn't win the division, wouldn't get the home playoff game, all that good stuff. So Denver really matters, and because that tiebreaker with Houston is also crucial, all too crucial. And we talked about how, look, there's probably a decent chance at the end of the day, when we get to the end of the season, that we all look back and say, man, we just would have handled business and hung on against the Texans. How much different a scenario would we be in right now? We'd be the AFC South champs. And that's going to be the low-hanging fruit, and I think it's obviously true. There's nothing, exaggerated about it. It's 100% true. If you would have hung on to that game, right, then at this point right now, you'd be 10-3 and undefeated in the division. I mean, think about that. You'd be 10-3. You'd have won 6 games in a row, and you'd be undefeated in the division. But I think the reality of the situation and what Liam Coen is hinting at there is that without the Texans' loss, without that such a sting, such a disappointing L, you're not winning. You're not winning these last 4 in a row. It's not happening. You probably. Do you still beat the Chargers the next week? Yeah. Are you going to beat them by 29 points? Probably not. The margin of victory there and how dominating you played is probably in large part thanks to that was a lot of edge brought into that game because you could not wait to get back on the grass and play A-plus football after you just collapsed the week before. You probably, or maybe if you still win that one but don't dominate, maybe you don't win against the Chargers out west. Have the Jags ever played good out west? They've got 3 wins on the West Coast this year at the Texans, at the 49ers, at the Raiders, obviously in overtime, and that squeaker against the Cardinals, 27-24. Probably don't get that one. Well, you probably get the Titans one no matter what, because we know the situation there. It's not a very good football team. Okay. As banged up as you were, you still dominated it and felt like you could have won by 40. You ended up winning 25-3. And the Colts, you kind of manhandled them as well. I mean, Daniel Jones or not, I mean, I think if Daniel Jones plays that full game, I don't think you're going to find a Jags fan that's not confident that the Jags still come away with a victory. Probably not 17 points, but the way that he looked hobbled even on the first drive, now, did they go right down the field on there in the first quarter and score a touchdown with a lot of play-action pass? Yeah, they did. Do you think Daniel Jones was going to hold up for 4 quarters and play like that? I don't think so. Not after the way that we've seen the Colts kind of deteriorate little by little in the last couple of weeks on their losing streak. So, again, be hesitant at the end of the year. If the Jags just so happen to finish, say, 12-5, with an L to the Broncos, and the Texans win out, and the Texans win the AFC South, it's going to suck. And the Jags are going to be the 6, hypothetically, and then they're going to have to go to Houston to go win a playoff game. It's going to suck. But at the end of the day, you're a 6 seed in the playoffs against a team that you've had a lot of success against. You're 1-1. But the Jags have played the Texans better than anybody else in the National Football League, especially in the last 2 months when the Texans have gotten their act together, disregard the 0-3 start. The Jags have played them way better than anybody else. You beat them in week 3, and you dominated them for 3 quarters on the road about a month ago, and then you just forgot how to play football for 13 minutes. If you're going into a playoff game, hypothetically, at Houston, I'm not quaking in my boots. There might be some other teams in the AFC that would be quaking in their boots to go there against that defense. The Jags have had success. Now, the Jags haven't done anything amazing offensively. Trevor has still not played very good football in either of those 2 games. But at the end of the day, you put up 29 points. Yes, special teams. Yes, the defense helped you out a lot in that one, 36-29. At the end of the day, points are points. You scored 29 of them. And your offense, they didn't look like the Chiefs did on Sunday night. The Jags looked way better than the Chiefs' offense did against the Texans. So it's not the end of the world, all that to say, not the end of the world if the Jags were to have to play the Texans on the road in Week 6. And again, all of that to wrap up, it's going to be easy to say, oh, we just would have held on. We would actually have confidence to make a run in the playoffs if we were the 3 seed and hosting and all this stuff. Just remember, that game doesn't happen. As Liam Coen said, the Jags are not where they are right now. And I don't know which games they win and which games they'll lose, but they're not where they are right now, and where they are is in a pretty daggum good spot. Better than anybody here could have ever guessed, imagined, wished for. And we have Liam Coen, and we have that Texans loss to thank. We're going to be right back on the Brent and Austen show. Austen is entering the studio. He will be here momentarily, and then we're going to get ripping around the NFL. Talking Shedeur and Kevin Stefanski. What the heck is going on up there? It's a disaster. It doesn't even look like Stefanski is coaching him. It's almost like sabotage. Is that worth fitting? We'll get into that. A little bit more on Phillip Rivers. And also we go around the college football. We got some sound bites that I think you guys are really going to want to hear, especially ahead of this playoff scenario that we're going to get to in a couple of weeks. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Hop in the chat. Let us know thoughts on the Texans game, even going back to that, how you look at that game in hindsight and how you're looking forward with 4 games left in the regular season. We'll be right back. Brent and Austen Show, Action Sports Jacks 24/7 Network.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway, or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnicht has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. And most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnicht. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnicht. GMC, we are professional grade.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
It's one of the hot spots in the area.
Welcome you to String Sports Brewery out at the beach. Big crowd on hand tonight. The fans are here.
And now, the newest hot spot at the beach is open. String Sports Brewery in Jacks Beach has opened its doors with rave reviews.
We're going to be fans forever.
Cozy up to the bar. Grab a seat in the sports-themed restaurant, or grab a seat outside and feel that breeze coming off the beach as the weather warms. Just like the original location in Springfield, try the popular beer menu and come for lunch or dinner too, because the food is fantastic.
We got a special guest in the house. He's happy. He's feeling good. He's Trayvon Walker.
It's where we hosted Jags Report Live in the football season, and the String Sports Brewery staff can't wait to host you. Hey, welcome back here to String Sports Brewery. And if you haven't checked out the new location in Jacks Beach, you got to do it. String Sports Brewery, now with 2 locations in Springfield and now open in Jacks Beach on Penman Road.
Hi, I'm Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville. Whether you're looking for a side-by-side, ATV, motorcycle, or scooter, Honda has what you need.
The Honda Talon. Ultimate performance meets family-friendly fun. Prices starting at $363 a month. Or the sporty Honda CBR 650 starting at an affordable $204 a month.
Stop by and choose your adventure from a full line of Honda products. Only at Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard. Family owned and operated since 1983.
Hello, I'm Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Since 2003, our firm has fought exclusively for the rights of men in family law. Divorce, modification of child support, alimony, custody, and more, all for men. A father is vitally important to a child's life, and being a man is not a reason to pay more in child support or alimony. I'm a single father. I get it. If you have a divorce or other family law issue, contact Kenny Lay & Associates at divorcemenonly.com.
CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing is taking their 75-plus years of expertise and expanding to CGC Home Services. Water treatment and plumbing is still a big part of what they do, and now they can do even more for you. Home services like kitchen and bathroom remodeling, showers, sinks, faucets, toilet repair, backflow testing, and the list keeps going. Find all they can do at cgchomeservices.com or give them a call, 904-298-7052. It's a new look and a new name with the same expertise. They've been serving homes like yours since 1946. CGC Home Services, right here in Jacksonville off St. John's Bluff Road, 904-298-7052. And visit cgchomeservices.com. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Welcome, Austen. You know who that is?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of him, though. I mean, I know Paul Crew recruited him. I don't know the name. I mean, obviously, you know, it's Burt Reynolds, but I don't remember his name in the movie.
Okay. This is Phillip Rivers.
Okay, gotcha. My bad. That is Phillip Rivers.
Coach Nate Scarborough, however you say that.
That was his name in the movie?
Yeah.
Huh, yeah, I never would've got that. We got Goldberg in the back chilling. Crazy, right?
Phillip.
Desperate times, I guess, call for desperate measures.
Unbelievable.
Hamby, by the way, thanks for holding the first hour down while I was touring a middle school to see if my son's gonna go there or not. So that was eye opening.
Oh.
Because dude, the kids were giving the tour for a little bit, and I said this with all due respect, they were great. I remember when I was in a 6th and 7th grader. Hey, I wasn't in terms of talking to adults was even beyond me. So yeah, very very impressive. Where the middle school I went to and everything with the kids kind of showing everybody around. That was really cool. But anyways, all right, getting back to the football now and Phillip Rivers and everything. Desperate times call for desperate measures. And Hamby, first let me ask you this. Do you think Daniel Jones, regardless of what happened this year, would have been the quarterback going forward for the Colts? Do you see the Colts throwing the checkbook at him? Because he's only on kind of a 1-year lease.
Right.
Right? So let's say he stays healthy. In some capacity, they go to the playoffs. Don't win the whole thing, but, they go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Do you think the Colts would have brought him back?
Yes.
Okay. And then a long-term contract?
3 years.
Pretty high money, though, right?
3 years, $100 million.
Okay. Fair enough. Obviously, now that goes by the wayside because we don't know, what that Achilles is going to do.
Yeah, I mean, he's out till next October.
Yeah. So
September.
you're not going to give damaged goods top dollar money. So, yeah, Hamby, desperate times call for desperate measures, and I have no idea what Phillip Rivers was doing these past couple of years because it's been a minute. It's been a little bit.
It's 5 years.
Okay, it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
So no idea what he's been up to.
He's been, as Brent said earlier, he's been extending his family.
Okay.
And coaching his son.
Extending his family. He's already got 12. He's got an entire roster.
Yeah. He's got a whole offense.
Now, okay, let me ask you this, Hamby. How do you feel about it, and what would you do if you're the Colts?
I mean, if I'm the Colts, I'm not opposed to bringing him in. I don't think that there's any shot that he's physically able to compete at this level anymore. Mm-hmm. Of course, the guy can throw, which, I mean, it's going to look painful, but it always did. It did for when he was 22, it looked painful with that freaking weird throwing motion. By the way, I love Phillip Rivers. He's one of my favorite players.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of respect for him, man.
But terrible throwing motion. But outside of just the arm, dude, if somebody comes running at him, he's dead. He's not. If Phillip Rivers plays a down in the NFL this year, it will be the most immobile quarterback in the history of the NFL. Wherever he catches the snap, you get to that mark,
yeah,
it's a set.
Yeah.
He can't move, man. So I know he can go out there and fake a handoff, hobble around and throw the football 50 yards still. But no shot, bro. Leave him home.
So I'm looking at right now what are some other options in terms of quarterback free agents, because let's be honest, you're not trading for anybody right now.
You can't.
Obviously, you can't. CJ Beathard, Jeff Driscoll, Jake Fromm.
Huh.
Guys that are...
Yeah, none of those guys are even better than Riley Leonard.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Let me ask you this. Dude's eating avocado ice cream, probably staying in pretty good shape. Tom Brady. Or can you not? Because I don't
think you can. I think it's against his clause. He's a partial owner of a football team.
Yeah,
but another football team.
But he's also talking on the TV, though. I mean, I get that's drastically different than playing in a football game.
Yeah,
but
I think that's cooked.
So does that violate that violates the ownership then?
Yeah,
because maybe that would be my first thing.
Tony Romo.
No, we're all set. He hasn't played how long? We're all good. Longer than Phillip Rivers, yeah. And plus, he's got his back. Didn't Tony Romo leave because of his back? It was so long ago.
Yeah. Who do you think's more mobile right now, Tony Romo or Phyllis Rivers?
Phyllis Rivers. It's a horse apiece, man. I mean, probably Philip Rivers because I think he played later on than Tony Romo did.
Tony Romo officially retired in 2017. It's been 8 years.
Yeah, there you go, man. And Rivers
He's 45
was,
though. They're the same age.
Listen, man. Like, and we talked about this yesterday a little bit. It's wild with the Colts right now.
What's Breeze doing?
With what they're going through. Yeah, what is Breeze doing? Because and I thought this. Like, I thought they were going to make a run. Like, I thought they were a balanced team. I thought they were going to be legit. And then the whole, broken leg thing, you started to see Daniel Jones not be like himself. You watched that Houston game. I mean, he was kind of a shell of himself, and then they trot him back out there against Jacksonville. And by the way, you invested 2 first-round picks in Sauce Gardner because you thought you were a Sauce Gardner away from going to the Super Bowl. And now that's an afterthought. Who cares about your starting cornerbacks? What is your mission? What is your plan for the quarterback? And once again, like, I assume if Jones would have been healthy, they would have re-signed him, right? And someone said in the chat that going after Sauce Gardner, giving away 2 first-round draft picks kind of indicated that. But now that's off the table. Like, this will always be the Colts' MO, is they have quality players, pretty solid offense, pretty solid defense, maybe the best running back in the game, but they cannot figure out the quarterback position. And just when it looked like they did, in terms of, right, Daniel Jones, like, is he top 5? Probably not. Is he top 10? I mean, the stats said he was, but is he really? Well, he's efficient enough to be good on the Colts. And you see what an efficient quarterback can do with the Colts. And now you lost them. And now they're back to square one. Yeah. Because Richardson, I don't think is coming back anytime soon.
No.
Did you ever know what? I kind of got the behind-the-scenes info. Do you know what actually happened with Richardson?
I thought it was some kind of band hit him in the eye.
So he was warming up pregame, and this is what I was told by people that are kind of in the know. He had the band wrapped around some kind of like plastic pole, or some kind of pole, like just doing like whatever, all this stuff.
Right.
And by my indication, the band snapped, and the metal part. So like when the band snapped, the metal part of the band somehow flew off and hit him like right in the eyeball. To the point like where they thought he wasn't questions he's going to see again.
Right.
What are the odds of that happening?
Seriously.
And I understand, like Richardson, it's been a roller coaster if you're a Colts fan, I'm sure, watching Anthony Richardson, and he's not the guy going forward. But I think you'd be at least comfortable saying you still have a shot at the playoffs if he was your quarterback. But a broken band and then a piece of metal flying off said band right into his eyeball is preventing that from happening too. I mean, we want to talk about curses here in Jacksonville all the time, which I feel like Liam Coen has come in with his sage and his holy water and exorcised every single demon that we can think of on this football team. The Colts, in terms of their quarterback position, is right up there as well.
And James Hartman just said exactly what I was thinking in the chat. Why don't you go work out Ryan Tannehill? He's 1 year plus removed. He's 37. I get Phillip Rivers was a Colt. There's familiarity there, but there's not familiarity with the head coach. He's never played for Steichen. He doesn't know this offense.
Yeah.
So is there even, just because he has familiarity with some of the players, which players, and I get, obviously he has familiarity with the ownership, the GM and all that, so it's a quick call. I'm sure Ballard or whatever has him on speed dial, so it's easy to get him in the building, but there's got to be better options here. I mean, I say all that even, I would love to see them do this. Just from an entertainment aspect.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
I would
it's fun being a Jags fan right now.
Well, I mean, not even just because they're in our division, but
sure.
I would love to see Phillip Rivers play again. I think that would be appointment television for me.
Yeah.
I would love to see what that looks like. I would have no idea how it would go. I mean, I think we know how it would go. Not well, but Take the Jags out of it. Which, by the way, if it was Trevor versus Phillip Rivers,
that would be crazy.
In
this era, in this climate,
that would be insane. In this economy? But even if it wasn't the Jags, I would record that game if it was at 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even red zone. No, I want to go back and watch the entire thing. That would be insanity.
No, listen, I get it. It is theater. Like, if Phillip Rivers somehow finds his way as the starting quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts in 2025, going into 2026, I wouldn't have had it in my bingo card.
No.
Right? But at the same time, I treat it like I treat, and I get it's a different sport, but I almost treat it like I do with like my favorite boxers or fighters who kind of get, on their back nine. The last thing I want to do with Phillip Rivers is like see him go out injured. Right? Like I don't want to see him scramble and pop something and all of a sudden he's getting carted off the field.
I mean, we kind of already did that when he retired the first time.
That's what I'm saying. Like and once again, I don't know Phillip Rivers personally. I'm not even I think he's a great quarterback. He's a great competitor. Wasn't like ever really a fan of him. But I don't want to see a dude come off the street like that at his age and like go in there and all of a sudden, has a catastrophic injury. I don't think anybody wants to do that. So, yeah, I mean, if he's physical and up to play and he passes physical and everything like that, then more power to him. I just think right now the climb for Indianapolis is so high. And by the way, if you're not going to have Daniel Jones next year, don't you at least say, what do we have with Riley Leonard?
Yeah.
Like, don't you at least roll with him and say, okay, I mean, we got him for a reason. Should we see, like, how do you think Riley Leonard's feeling?
That's what I tweeted yesterday. Imagine being Riley Leonard and being told that a literal grandpa is being brought in to potentially take your job.
And granted, so he's a 6th-round pick, right? So they're not really tied to him, obviously.
And he is week to week.
Well, that's true, too. He is week to week, yeah. So we'll see.
Like he's not fully
That's
healthy.
a good point as well. Someone saying Deshaun Watson, that's obviously next year.
But I'm thinking with Riley Leonard, right? I mean, we got 3 quarters of football on Sunday.
Yeah.
They could literally run a similar offense. They'd probably dial back the throwing a little bit, but they'll always been run first, make that more, throw to your tight ends a little bit more, and all of a sudden, what do you have? We have the Notre Dame offense that Riley Leonard just ran last year. I mean, he'd throw it 18 times a game.
Mm-hmm.
They'd run it to their Jeremiah Love 25 times. Riley Leonard himself would keep it 10. Any 3rd and 2, you're getting a ton of option. And you try to beat a team 24-20.
Mm-hmm.
And they got a good field. They did have Badgley. I mean, I take that back. I don't know what their field goal situation is now. I don't know if Group's any good. But you've got a great tight end. You got the best running back in the league, and you got a good offensive line. It's literally the Notre Dame offense. Notre Dame's offense did not have a lot of good receivers. Well, the Colts have decent receivers with Pittman and Pierce and Downs.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it's okay. So if I'm the Colts, as much as I do want to see Phillip Rivers right back in the saddle, talking trash and all that good stuff, you literally make your offense, the Notre Dame offense, give the keys to Riley Leonard, and see if you can't go 2-2, squeak out a win in the playoffs, and then anything can happen. Jonathan Taylor can win you games single-handedly. Let it ride.
No, I hear you. Now, they're kind of playing a little murderer's row, though. They
are.
You're going to have to play a good brand of football.
Yeah.
But once again, I mean, this all depends on his knee, right? Like, if they're going after whatever 45-year-old Phillip Rivers, it may be leading to think that Riley Leonard isn't, like, maybe going to play again this season. I have no idea. I mean, we'll wait and see. But, man, crazy. And, like, let me ask you this, Hamby, because it's so wild of the collapse of the Colts. Because, once again, they were the toast of the AFC a couple weeks ago. And now, I don't think anybody, including myself, is giving them the chance to even go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, is this kind of the last straw for Chris Ballard? Now, I understand. Injuries aren't his fault, right? Like, as a GM, we're not going to fault James Gladstone for Travis Hunter. We're not going to fault James Gladstone for Caleb Ransaw and everybody just because, dude, there's injuries happen all the time. This is the way of the world. Next year, hopefully, Ransaw plays. Obviously, Hunter comes back, and then we can judge them appropriately about, where they're taken in the draft. You can't control Daniel Jones and bringing him in here. When you brought him in healthy, he was great, right? So that means something. But to me, it's more the Sauce Gardner thing now. Because you sacrifice those first-round picks. So if you're the Colts, there is no way you're getting a quarterback next year in the draft.
Yeah.
So then does that fall on Ballard?
I mean, that kind of gets to the point that Brent made at the beginning of the show where he's like, the fact that Ballard still has a job is shocking.
Mm-hmm.
So he wouldn't have to do a lot wrong now to lose his job, considering what he's done in the past.
Mm-hmm.
However, I mean, whether he got lucky or whatever the case may be, their ownership, Mrs. Irsay Gordon, is going to give him a ton of credit for the Daniel Jones move to begin with.
Listen, and that was ballsy. Everyone said Daniel Jones to the Colts. Like, I wasn't buying into that.
I thought they were going to win 6 games this
year. Yeah, exactly. Nobody picked them to win the division.
I thought, they have a very good roster. They got Jonathan Taylor, but Daniel Jones is going to be Daniel Jones. They'll win 6 games, 7 games. Okay. They're at least going to win 9. And they're Daniel Jones injury away from most likely winning 11.
Yeah.
So I don't think anything necessarily goes back to Ballard this year. I think this is the best year they've had in a little bit. And obviously for a long part of the year, they look like the best team in the AFC.
Yeah.
So I just don't think any of this, because of the freak injuries, will go back to Ballard.
Yeah, and you might be right. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't know what you do if you're the Colts. I mean, I'm going to throw you some names on there, and this is next year, right? Because once again, I'm kind of saying they're probably not going to. Well, they might surprise me. I'm not going to lie. I thought the Chargers weren't going to make a run either with their offensive line.
Right.
They beat the Eagles last night. We'll break that down as well later, or you maybe already have. But, like, that was shocking to me. I thought Philly, in to try to preventing a landslide of their season, was going to go into L.A. and dominate. And Jalen Hurts said, we're good for interceptions. We'll talk about that later. Next year. Oh, yeah. Next year. Free agents. Quarterbacks for the Colts. Aaron Rodgers.
At this point?
Yeah, you're considering it?
Maybe.
You're considering Aaron Rodgers for the Colts.
Dude, if you'll consider Phillip Rivers,
okay,
of course you'll consider Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers will be at the 43 next year. Okay. Russell Wilson.
Now that one's rough shape.
Okay.
I'd say it's
you're
more
good with
likely they
Russell?
go with Rodgers than Russell.
Okay. Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, I mean, that's a backup.
You're all set?
Yeah.
I mean, well, what else do you have? Hammy, what else do you have?
I don't know.
You're not drafting anybody, so, like, these are your options.
I mean, they could draft somebody.
I mean, I guess second rounder, yeah.
Well, I mean, they could. Yeah.
I don't even know what they have in terms of draft capital.
I don't either. But
Joe Flacco.
Again.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
No.
Trey Lance. That's about it. Gardner Minshew comes back. He'll be a free agent.
If I'm them, I'm going to go get Stetson Bennett.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean,
that's it.
This is the importance, and once again, I get they're probably going to re-sign Daniel Jones, but this is what I said with Trevor Lawrence when it was up and down. It was a roller coaster. You still have your franchise guy.
Yeah. I want to talk to you about 2 more quarterbacks.
Okay.
One of them is this guy right here. That's what we saw on the
Stephen
field.
A. Smith.
Yeah, well, it's Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep.
I got you.
And that's what we saw on the field last night.
That was bad.
Austin.
Really, I mean, hey, that was the worst quarterbacking performance, I would say, of the year.
Bro, this is the first thing I saw on Twitter this morning.
Yeah.
I almost fell out of my seat.
And
I was in the car, so very hard to do.
How he finished with a positive score in fantasy football, someone explain that to me.
Dude, 2 turnovers on 1 play.
I know.
-4.
I know.
That was music to my ears.
Oh, yeah, because you've been a Jalen Hurts denier.
He's not good.
You know how I feel. Well, did he play the worst game of the year by a quarterback? Absolutely. Do I think he's a bad quarterback? I don't know. Is he maybe a good quarterback on a great team? Maybe. Did that team will him to a couple Super Bowls? Possibly. But at the end of the day, man.
One game sample, one game.
Yeah, but
that was bad.
He's been to 2 Super Bowls, Hamby.
I get
it. I can't bypass that. Now, is that game unacceptable last night? Absolutely. And like I said, that was the worst quarterbacking performance of any player this year. So,
Phillip Rivers about to come and say, hold my beer.
Yeah, that's a good point, too. What is up with the Eagles, though?
Well, Brent said they just look like a team that's not happy to play. They just legitimately look pissed to be out there. He doesn't see them celebrating. They all look pissed at each other. It's almost like the feud or behind the scenes stuff.
Well, that's what I'm going to get
from
to.
Hurts and AJ Brown has totally taken over the vibe of the entire offense.
So yeah, that's kind of where I want to take this a little bit. Because on paper, and I get who didn't play last night? The big dude.
Dickerson?
No.
Lane Johnson.
No. The defense. Jalen Carter.
Oh, I thought you were talking about offensively.
Oh no. I'm just talking about team total.
I got you.
Carter didn't play and everything. This seems to be though Nick Sirianni, where I think he's more of a player's coach. You heard Saquon speak about this last year, right? Where he's a guy where if he's your coach, you love him. If you go against him, you hate him. It seems to me that Sirianni is kind of like this rough around the edges, kind of this gritty dude. But I don't know if he's doing a great job in terms of keeping a locker room in check.
Right.
When you're winning, it can cover up a lot of things. We saw it last year, right? Even when they were winning, A.J. Brown was outspoken, reading books on the sideline, saying throw him the ball. And we kind of just scoffed at it a little bit because the Eagles were such a quality team last year, so it didn't really matter. But there was some turmoil last year in that locker room. The difference was that they were winning. They had, their first taste of defeat, and it seems like no one's being held accountable, no one's being held in check. A.J. Brown keeps talking. And maybe to agree with Brent, maybe they do look a little bit disinterested. They just don't look like a team.
Yeah.
They look like a bunch of talented players playing on a contract. And if that's the case, and the sample from last year is, I don't know, Super Bowl?
Right.
To this year where it's, okay, you're probably going to win the division, but no one's confident in you. Well, then that falls on coaching. It falls on coaching first and foremost. Because you kind of ran the same team back. I get, Brandon Graham retired.
Yeah.
But, the same team. Same coordinators, right? Did anybody leave?
Well, yeah.
The offensive okay, yeah, you're right. So they new coordinators and everything, which, that can take some time to.
Yeah, nobody likes Patullo.
Yeah.
Their guy.
Yeah.
Somebody egged his house the other day.
Yeah, and hey, welcome to Philly.
Right.
And yeah, Delphonic, great point. Jason Kelsey as well. I don't know, man. This just seems like a team that, if they haven't already, it is going to combust. And it's crazy because they have talent, and yes, injuries happen to every single team in the NFL. But you look at their offense, you look at their defensive playmakers, they shouldn't be. Is it a 4-game losing streak now?
No, it is 3.
3, okay.
Yep.
They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be on a 3-game losing streak.
And luckily, they got the Raiders and Commanders coming up.
Well, yeah.
So they got a little.
I mean, if you can't get right with the Raiders, listen, if somehow Pete Carroll, Max Crosby company find a way to beat the Eagles, I don't even care what the game's at. Is it in Las Vegas or is it in Philly? Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I think it's in Philly, though.
If you can't get the job done against the Raiders, then I might be taking a look at, hey, we may need to go in a different direction, which is crazy to think because you just won a Super Bowl the previous season.
Right.
It's wild, man. Did you think that they're the most, in terms of a team that you think can just, combust and just, go south really quickly? Is it the Eagles? I mean, I get the Chiefs in the conversation as well, but they've been kind of trending that way for the entire year.
I mean, obviously, I think we're watching the Colts combust, but not for totally different
But it's
reasons.
not locker room stuff,
Yeah. Locker room stuff, absolutely. It's got to be the Eagles. I don't know of any other team out there that has locker room issues.
I mean, honestly,
I'm sure there are.
Yeah,
but
we don't hear about it.
I don't know them.
I thought it was honestly going to be when the season started. I thought it was going to be the Bears. Just because like how Ben Johnson was like so outspoken and like, you know, trying to bench guys he was saying and stuff, and just the accountability. I'm like, man,
might not go over well.
Yeah, this sounds more like a college coach trying to make like a first impression, and you're dealing with grown ass men.
Right.
So like I thought that was going to go south, but no, like they were able to obviously buy into Ben Johnson, and right now they're 9-4 and you know, second place in a very competitive NFC North.
Yeah. And we're going to get to one other quarterback. Obviously, we talked about Phillip Rivers, Colts. We talked about Jalen Hurts. I'm going to get to my last one in a second. Ladd McConkey. Let me set the scene for you. So, fantasy football. I'm in 6th place at 6 and 7. The man in 7th place, my buddy in 7th place, 5 and 8.
Yeah.
But has about 40 more points than me.
Okay.
So if I lose and he wins, he's in. I'm out.
So, okay.
I lost. I've had a great week. I still lost. Put up 150 points.
Damn.
Got beat by 160.
Yeah.
Nothing I could have done. All my bench players didn't do anything.
Sure.
So now we got to root for this guy to lose. If he loses, I'm in.
Yeah, of course.
He's up 15 points.
Okay.
That's Cameron Dicker against Saquon and Ladd.
Wow.
So Dicker's got a couple of
hey, a couple. What do you have? 4 or 5 last night?
About halftime.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of field goals.
Sure.
Ladd has a goose egg.
Ladd had nothing.
Saquon has not done much.
Correct.
He's got like 10 points. Feeling pretty good. And that stupid fake tush push, throw it outside. Saquon busts a 52-yarder, and all of a sudden it's a 1-point game.
Yeah.
1 point.
That's a good play design, by the way. I wasn't bad. I wasn't mad at that play.
We got a quarter plus of Saquon plus Ladd against my kicker. I'm up a 1.5.
Yeah.
I'm cooked. Well, then Chargers go down and get a field goal. All right. 4 points. And I'm just waiting for Ladd to get a catch.
Hey, as somebody who had the over on the receptions, I was waiting for Ladd too.
Okay. Never happened.
Nope.
Your boy's going to the playoffs.
Congratulations, man. Hey, I'm glad Ladd McConkey's subpar performance got you into the playoffs because it lost me $10, but it is what it is. Did you watch the Monsters Inc. version last night just to check it out?
Bro, I turned that mess on for a few minutes just
to see,
just to show my wife, who's not even like into football at all.
Yeah.
She was like literally mind blown.
I was watching by myself. You know, Rowan's at his mom's, so I don't have to worry about. You know, once again, had Ladd McConkey with the over, and you know me, man. Like I'm not a degenerate. Like I don't spend a lot of money, but like I'm competitive, right? Like I like to win. I don't bet to make money. I bet to feel like a winner because I like winning and I hate losing. So when I got to watch Sully on the Chargers, who was Amari Hampton, getting all the receptions and all the rushing yards, would I be lying to myself if I went bleep you Sully and turned it back to the regular broadcast? I really did. I'm getting pissed off at animated characters because they're taken away from Ladd McConkey.
That's amazing.
Yeah, man.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, actually we're gonna I want to ask you about that third quarterback, which is who is Shedeur Sanders. We haven't gotten to Shedeur yet. So obviously all the Colts and Jags talked the other day or yesterday. All right, Hicken.
What? Okay. Hey, this is your show. I'm just in the back seat.
I'm just messing with you.
Having a juice box. Why'd you call me Hicken for?
Because you were
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Thought you would like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
now
yeah.
I'm doing okay.
Okay, yep. We haven't gotten to Shedeur. People are saying that Stefanski's sabotaging him.
Yeah.
So there's interesting stuff there. We're going to get to that.
Yeah.
Also, just came across, this one's going to sting for some people. Edwin Diaz, baseball news. For you real quick.
Okay.
As we go to break. Edwin Diaz is signing with the Dodgers. So that's really awesome.
Unbelievable.
Every
What's the
freaking
contract?
time. I don't know. Not out yet.
Okay.
But the Mets letting this guy walk, I don't know why. They got Devin Williams a week or two ago to try and fill that void. Obviously, goated with the Brewers. Terrible
with that.
with the Yankees. The Mets are watching. I mean, For a guy who's as important to a bullpen as Edwin Diaz is for the Mets, letting him walk when you have unlimited cash like Coen and the Mets have, I can't understand it at all.
That is a little crazy because they're not trading him. It's just letting him walk. Huh?
Letting him walk.
Interesting.
So the rich get richer, and he goes to the Dodgers. No baseball in 2027 because there's going to be a lockout because of crap like this. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Right back on the Brent Austin Show.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. And most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
It's one of the hot spots in the area.
Welcome you to String Sports Brewery out at the beach. Big crowd on hand tonight. The fans are here.
And now, the newest hot spot at the beach is open. String Sports Brewery in Jacks Beach has opened its doors with rave reviews.
We're going to be fans forever.
Cozy up to the bar. Grab a seat in the sports-themed restaurant, or grab a seat outside and feel that breeze coming off the beach as the weather warms. Just like the original location in Springfield, try the popular beer menu and come for lunch or dinner too, because the food is fantastic.
We got a special guest in the house. He's happy, he's feeling good. He's Trayvon Walker.
It's where we hosted Jags Report Live in the football season, and the String Sports Brewery staff can't wait to host you. Hey, welcome back here to String Sports Brewery. And if you haven't checked out the new location in Jacks Beach, you got to do it. String Sports Brewery, now with 2 locations in Springfield and now open in Jacks Beach on Penman Road.
Hi, I'm Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville. Whether you're looking for a side-by-side, ATV, motorcycle, or scooter, Honda has what you need.
The Honda Talon. Ultimate performance meets family-friendly fun. Prices starting at $363 a month. Or the sporty Honda CBR 650 starting at an affordable $204 a month.
Stop by and choose your adventure from a full line of Honda products. Only at Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard. Family owned and operated since 1983.
Hello, I'm Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Since 2003, our firm has fought exclusively for the rights of men in family law. Divorce, modification of child support, alimony, custody, and more, all for men. A father is vitally important to a child's life, and being a man is not a reason to pay more in child support or alimony. I'm a single father. I get it. If you have a divorce or other family law issue, contact Kenny Lay & Associates at divorcemenonly.com.
CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing is taking their 75-plus years of expertise and expanding to CGC Home Services. Water treatment and plumbing is still a big part of what they do, and now they can do even more for you. Home services like kitchen and bathroom remodeling, showers, sinks, faucets, toilet repair, backflow testing, and the list keeps going. Find all they can do at cgchomeservices.com or give them a call, 904-298-7052. It's a new look and a new name with the same expertise. They've been serving homes like yours since 1946. CGC Home Services, right here in Jacksonville off St. John's Bluff Road, 904-298-7052. And visit cgchomeservices.com. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Welcome back, Brent and Austin Show. You're taking a live look. Baseball grounds at Jacksonville, home of the Jumbo Shrimp. We're actually going to get news of the new owner shortly. I believe in the 12 o'clock hour or sometime this afternoon. You can stay tuned to Action News Jax at noon or at 4 for that news. Ken Babby is selling the team. He is a part of the new ownership with the Tampa Bay Rays.
Okay.
And he is a minority owner along with, I forget the name of the gentleman from Dreamfinders Homes, who is the majority owner. But he is in that group, I believe. So Babby selling the team. We'll get to the name of the new owner this afternoon.
Now, are they going to have a monster truck rally there, or why does the field look like that?
I don't know.
Okay. Monster Jam coming to town.
Yeah, stay tuned for...
Kidding. I mean, but it's crazy. I thought it just was grass all year round. I didn't know I assume resodding it and everything.
Yeah, maybe just resodding.
Okay.
Who knows?
Cool.
All right. We've teased it enough. Let's get to Shedeur. First of all, let's give him a little credit. Played pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to. Well, I watched some of the game that NFL Red Zone allowed me to watch, but it wasn't a game like I was like super in depth into.
I mean, he threw for over 300 yards.
Yeah. Had a nice one to Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, had a great pass to Jerry Jeudy. All that good stuff. Had him in the game.
Sure.
Obviously, they lost. But you could definitely make an argument that it's not necessarily on Shedeur.
Yeah, who would have known that the defense is going to cost them games now?
Seriously.
Yeah.
Especially to Cam Ward in that Titans offense. I'm trying to pull up this video. What I really want to show is there's a point with a minute left. Okay. I'll just describe it to you.
Hit me with it.
I believe this is... Okay, so no, so there's two instances that I want to bring up. The first is last week against the Ravens.
Okay.
The Ravens are up 7 points. There's a minute left to go in the game. The Browns are driving and trying to tie the game.
Yeah.
A minute left. It's 4th and 5. Browns call a timeout. Shedeur Sanders walks over to the sideline. Stefanski, nowhere to be seen.
Okay.
He's not in the huddle. A man in a hoodie comes up and is talking to Shedeur during the timeout. It's actually the backup Bailey Zappi, who's not on the active roster.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, in what world, when you're in 2-minute drill, you call a timeout, does your head coach not talk to your quarterback?
Yeah.
So there's that.
Okay.
Then last week, it's 31-29. The Browns have scored to pull within 2. And instead of going for, obviously they're going to go for 2, Shedeur is pulled off of the field, and they run some wide receiver, wildcat, reverse. It's the worst play I've seen in the NFL this year. It gets blown up. Credit the defense, I guess. But it's a disaster.
Yeah,
they lose the game.
Yep.
And they lose. Just like that. When Shedeur, who has kind of carried them that game, is not on the field. They asked Stefanski about it. It's a quick soundbite, but I'll play it for you, and then we'll get into it.
Okay.
He fought, throughout the game, which we knew he would. Obviously, with any young player, Mary Kay, there's going to be ups and downs, and I thought there were some really, really, really good moments. He'll keep learning from some of the plays that he wants back, but some really good moments.
What was supposed to happen on that last 2-point conversion?
Yeah, not going to get into all the specifics, Jeff, but obviously did not go as we thought it would.
Why would you take him off?
Yeah, it's a 2-point play. Didn't come through on our first 2-point play. Got to the second 2-point play, we didn't come through. But that's on me.
Okay, so nothing there necessarily to indicate.
Well, to take the quarterback off the field in that 2-point play is a little alarming.
Right.
Especially he seemed to be having a pretty good day.
So here's the question. Point blank, period.
Yeah.
Does Kevin Stefanski hate Shedeur Sanders?
Yeah. I don't think Kevin Stefanski hates Shedeur Sanders. I don't think Kevin Stefanski wants to be made to look bad if Shedeur Sanders looks good. Meaning, when the draft went down, you chose and you needed a quarterback. You went Dylan Gabriel, and then finally, because I felt like you're tied to it, and it may not even been his call, he goes Shedeur Sanders.
And had no choice.
If Sanders ends up being a great player even this season, the narrative's going to be, well, then why wasn't he playing the entire year? Like, I don't think this Browns organization wants Shedeur Sanders to do good because then it's going to make them look like idiots, honestly. Now, you're saying, Austin, a billion-dollar business. Teams don't think like that. Teams want to win football games. And I would say I agree with you. But I have evidence. I have a personal experience. Well, that's not always the case. I'll take you back to 2014. I was playing for the Chicago Bears. I was there for training camp, and it was between me and another player to make the final roster. Final roster comes out. I miss out. This is the story. I get cut twice in one day. Ruins my whole love for football, yada, yada, yada. Well, I get called back then during the final week, playing in Minnesota. They had a defensive end go down. They needed me to fill in. Wasn't going to turn it down. Heck, it's a paycheck. And I was told that, we're thin right now at defensive end. You're going to play. Perfect. My opportunity to go out there last game of the season. Bears are horrible. They're 5-11. I'm sorry. What are they? They're 5-10 at this time, but they haven't gone 5-11 because we lose Minnesota. But it's an opportunity for me to put some film out there because I stayed in shape the entire season. Like I didn't take any time off. I was just waiting for my call. So I was ready to go. So I get to Chicago, first practice, kill it. Everyone else is obviously just kind of over the season. They've won 5 games. It was super underachieving. I'm crushing it, dude. This feels great. We get to Friday, and every team calls it Fast Friday, right? So you get in, you get out, and then it's a walkthrough on Saturday. As far as this point, I'm playing on Sunday. Friday comes around, and they basically sit because we're in team meetings now, so I'm with the defensive line, and our defensive line coach goes, Lane, you're actually not playing. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. I didn't really think much of it, honestly. I was just kind of happy. I mean, I wanted to play, and I was disappointed because I was busting my ass the whole week. But I just figured, okay, I guess they got somebody else, whatever. I mean, I'm still getting my paycheck. That's how I was thinking about it.
Right.
Another teammate, veteran, who I'm not gonna put anybody on blast here. I'm not gonna say his name, but another teammate who was very respected around the league hears this and goes ballistic. And dude, I'm just sitting here just thinking okay, whatever. This teammate goes ballistic and calls out our defensive line coach and says, why don't you really tell him what's going on? I'm like, hey, man, I go, dude, it's all right, man. Just making a scene. And he goes, you bring him back, tell him he's going to play, and now he's not playing? You're wasting his bleeping time, yada, yada. This is why we've won 5 games. Going off on my behalf.
Wow.
Hamby, I was there for 4 days.
Right.
Now, granted, I was there in training camp and everything, so I had a rapport with a lot of the guys in that room, but I wasn't expecting this. So he's going off on our position coach, saying, why are you wasting his time? Why don't you give him a shot? Yada yada yada. Position coach goes, yeah, it's not my call, whatever. So then we're leaving the room, and I just go to my teammate. I go, hey man, I didn't ask for it, but thanks for having my back. I was hoping I was going to play. Not going to happen. He goes, well, you know what that is, right? And I go, no, man, I have no idea. Because, this is my, 4th year in the NFL. I think I have it all figured out.
Right.
I don't. He tells me, well, you know what this is, right? I go, no. He goes, well, if you go out there and you ball out like you've been practicing, yell yourself a couple sacks, that makes everybody else look bad. We won 5 games this year. The narrative is going to be, who is this guy coming off the couch producing in the last game of the season, and why wasn't he here sooner? And he told me, bro, they're not trying to win games right now. They're trying to save face. And I'll never forget that, man. Like, and once again, that was another set aside from getting cut, twice in one day, and then having to hear that, it's like, man, I don't think I really love football anymore. But anyways, so I go to Minnesota. I don't play, staying on the sidelines, freezing my ass off because they're playing outside where they're building a new stadium. Bears get beat. Rest is history. I go into the next spring, get cut by John Fox, and that's the last of my football career. So when I hear that veteran who knows the game in and out, he was like a 10-year veteran, tells me that, and I see Shedeur Sanders, and I'm like, yeah, I understand the name of the game is to win football games, but is it really, Hamby? Or is it about relationships and not trying to look bad? So when these things happen, no, I don't think Kevin Stefanski hates Shedeur Sanders. I don't think anybody in that building hates him. I think people in that building are trying to save face and make themselves look better. And you look better if the guy that you drafted wherever in the 6th round doesn't come out and ball out. That's what I think that is.
So do you think? I mean, they have named him the starter for the rest of the year.
Well, to be fair, they don't have a choice.
I get it.
Even if Dylan Gabriel's healthy, for the way that Shedeur Sanders has been playing, you mean to tell me, hey, dude threw for over 300 yards as a rookie, yeah, let's go back to Dylan Gabriel.
Right.
There's trying to make yourself look good, and then there's just well, hey, there's the obvious answer there.
So what would you say? Okay, so we talked about what the Colts QB room looks like next year.
Mm-hmm.
What is the Browns?
I mean, I think Deshaun Watson is going to get an opportunity, I feel like. Because you don't pay him what you're paying him to, number one, not even play right now. And once again, it's injuries, right? They didn't anticipate that. But you don't pay him what you paid him and not at least give him a shot, an opportunity. So if you're asking me next year what the Browns' plan's going to be, I would assume that Watson's going to be slated as their starter or there's going to be a quarterback competition. But you're paying him way too much money for him not to be considered the starter if he's healthy. Yeah. So I think you're going to go Watson, and then, it's going to be 1A, and then 1B is going to be Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. I don't see them drafting a quarterback next year.
All right, real quick. Give me the teams that will be drafting quarterbacks or making a move.
I like this.
Next year. Obviously, let's just start in the AFC.
Yeah.
No Patriots, Bills, no Dolphins.
Will they be drafting somebody?
Or making let's just say, will their current starter be their starter week 1 of 2026?
Yeah, just because they're pot committed to Tua.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Steelers, what are they doing?
I think that's wide open.
Yeah.
And if I'm Mike Tomlin, and once again, this is the Mike Vrabel effect. You want to run me out of town when I had Mason Rudolph, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, and now ayahuasca Aaron Rodgers. How about you give me a quarterback that can be a franchise guy for 4 or 5 years and then see what I can do? This is why I was such a big fan of Vrabel when he was on the market. Because look what we do with Tennessee with Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
Took him to the playoffs with Ryan Tannehill. Imagine what happens if Mike Vrabel gets a good quarterback. Oh, lo and behold, Drake May, how you doing? Anyway, sorry. Next team.
Yeah. Browns, we already talked about them. Colts, we've already talked about them. Titans, obviously, are committed to Ward.
Yeah.
Raiders. Geno Smith is under contract.
Yeah, but are you happy with Geno Smith if you're a Raiders fan right now?
Of course
not. I think you look at least some competition, if not a future replacement. So, yes, I think they're in need of a quarterback.
All right, the only other teams with losing records here. Giants, I guess they're going to try out Dart as their unmitigated starter.
Jackson Dart's the dude there.
Vikings are committed to JJ.
Dude has 1 3-touchdown game and gets more love than Trevor Lawrence. You love to see it, I guess.
All right, Falcons. You could probably cut Kirk after this year.
Yeah, he's gone. Sorry, Hamby.
No problem.
Um,
It went from Phillip Rivers to Kirk Cousins.
what is Penix injured? Is he coming back? No, they probably got to go after somebody.
They probably do.
But here's the thing: they don't got a first round pick.
Nope.
So it'll be like a developmental guy more than likely.
Saints running it back with
Shuck.
Yeah. After beating the Falcons last week, does that help his case?
So here's the thing with Shuck. We can sit here and say he's not the guy, but they drafted him for a reason. That was Kellen Moore's
they saw
vision,
something.
right? So I do think they give him another year.
All right, last one, Arizona.
Oh, that's wide open. I think they try to get Kyler Murray off the books. And by the way,
they'll be drafting a quarterback in the top 10.
Yeah. I think it's a serious possibility. And by the way, you want to talk about what the Colts could do? Maybe they trade for Kyler Murray.
Didn't think about that.
Him and Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah. Might not be
not mad at that.
Yeah.
I mean, and this would be coming full circle for me and Brent. I understand right now Daniel Jones is ahead in terms of this year, not in totality of careers.
Right.
Daniel Jones won this year. Who would you rather have, Daniel Jones or Kyler Murray? I'm saying healthy, by the way.
Daniel Jones.
You think so?
Yeah. He was playing good football.
Kyler Murray's playing good football too.
Kyler Murray sucked this year.
He sucked. I know, but I'm saying in totality, Hamby.
I know.
Okay.
I'm done with Kyler.
Okay, he's done with Kyler.
I'm done.
All right, bring him to the Colts then. We'd like to see that.
Yeah, I mean, dude. Kirk Cousins is also available for the Colts next year.
We're all right. Hey, I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe Carl Ayers says we're going to bring in Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
What else you got?
We're going to get to a couple college football things.
Oh, did you want to? Is that all the teams?
Yeah, those are all the teams. I mean, the obvious ones I didn't.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah. Eventually, this is what we need to do in the next week or two.
Mm-hmm.
We need to come up with quarterbacks that we actually think deserves to be drafted in the first round this year out of college.
Good luck with that.
Because it's impossible.
Good luck with that.
So this is a great opportunity for us to have some awesome takes.
And once again, isn't this, I mean...
By awesome, I mean horrible.
Yeah, but isn't it, I mean, number one, it's great because we're not having draft talk already like we have, I feel like, the past couple of years. Feels
so
great.
Awesome.
Feels great. I could care less, so I don't know. D defensive tackle, who's good? I don't care.
Right.
We're not worried about it. We're going to the playoffs. Teams are going to have to... This is the story every single year. We can say, okay, is it Mendoza? Is it Dante Moore? Who's the other guy? Kasane's got to stay.
He has to stay.
Who's the other quarterback that's like really highly regarded?
Ty Simpson.
Yeah, Ty Simpson. Thank you.
Diego Pavia.
Yeah, there you go.
See him as an NFL quarterback?
But here's the thing. Like, you don't see a lot of these guys really Hamby as an NFL quarterback. Now, some guys are probably going to surprise you and have a great career, but teams are going to swing because teams have to swing. Like, this is how it works. Like, you got to
Cardinals should draft Mendoza.
Sure.
In the top 5.
Cardinals should draft somebody.
The Jets, what are they going to do?
Yeah. Rams, too. Oh, by the way, you have to talk about quarterback. What about the Rams?
Stafford's got another year.
You know they have 2 first-round picks. And they have a high first-round pick because they have the Falcons one that they traded away for Penix.
Dude, they're just always going to be good.
The Rams?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, hey, it's a great organization. Great coach, great organization, great GM. Yep. Welcome to the world of the Los Angeles Rams. Doesn't matter who's playing. Doesn't matter who's out, who's in. They're going to find a way.
It's sad that they're there, though. They can't even fill a stadium. Neither could the Chargers last night. That was one other aspect that we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
There's more Philly fans there than Eagles fans. Than Chargers fans.
That's L.A., though, man.
I get it, but sad.
Unless it's the Lakers, what are we talking about?
Send them back to St. Louis.
You don't think they get a quarterback, though? And develop him? I'm not saying replace Stafford right now, but how many more years
look,
does
if the
Stafford
Rams
have?
look at this class,
Mhm.
they're going to scoff at this class. Compared to Stafford?
Sure.
We'll wait another year.
All right.
We'll go get fill in the blank 2027. There's somebody.
It's kind of sickening, though, that the best team in football, arguably, has 2 first-round picks next year.
It is, man. That's
and by the way,
insane.
I mean, I don't know where the Falcons are, and I know they're not that good. It's probably like pick number 8 or 9, I would assume.
Falcons, I mean, they're going to win 5-6 games.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so it might even be better than that.
Shout out to the Rams, man. Hey, but you like that with James Gladstone, right? Like he's He's went to the Rams school of drafting well and maneuvering pieces.
Yeah.
Could happen in Jacksonville as well.
All right, we already had one movie reference compared to a quarterback today.
Mm-hmm.
We're about to, after the break, have another one. I will tell you.
Is this Five Nights at Freddy's?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
We can get to that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why this is on the screen. One of the best movies of all time. Y'all know it.
Agreed.
What does it have any relevance? This current picture is the exact situation of a now relevant college football team right now. I'll explain.
Okay, yeah, I can't wait to hear this.
We'll be right back.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
What a throw! Touchdown, Jaguars!
We're coming for you.
They're going to get him on the ground, and that's going to end the ball game.
We show no mercy.
Lawrence looking deep in the end zone. Touchdown!
ETN is going to take it all the way!
Right here on CBS 47.
CBS 47.
Right here. Your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And the Jaguars strike first.
Go Jags.
You have the opportunity to explore what you might want to do with your life.
There's so many opportunities here that it can spark interest that you didn't even know you had.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard Exterior and Gutter Helmet Showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows. And down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters. And to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet's truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground. The water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
All right. So remember the Titans. Okay, you guys know it.
I do remember them.
You got Coach Bill Yost on the left, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
You got Coach Herm on the right, the Denzel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You remember Yost was the head coach.
Yes.
Denzel comes in. Yost stays on the staff.
Yeah, you know what? In retrospect now, because obviously I think I was in high school. Oh, I was in middle school when this movie came out. I didn't really take into account, like, hey, it's kind of messed up that the former head coach was asked to take a back seat, and regress, and then have to deal with the head coach.
That is exactly what's happening in real life at Virginia Tech. Brent Pry was fired. They brought in James Franklin.
Yeah.
They're buddies. Brent Pry was just brought back as the defensive coordinator to the place he was just fired at a month ago.
No.
It's official.
Okay.
It's done. There's no talks. Brent Pry is the new defensive coordinator at Virginia Tech. He was fired as the head coach a month ago.
Okay, two things. From James Franklin's perspective, genius. Because now you saved the recruiting cycle.
Right.
Because this dude...
You got to believe he's probably a pretty good defensive coordinator.
Without a doubt. Yeah, I mean, great defensive coordinator, but also, like, recruiting purposes.
Yeah,
I
sure.
get it. It's in the transfer portal, so it doesn't... Like, high school recruiting doesn't matter.
Everybody's staying now.
But everyone's staying. Like, if you
Not
were a
that they had
commit...
all those players that want to stay. But.
Yeah, true. But if you're a commit to to Virginia Tech, you see that, it's like, all right.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll stay. If you're in his position, though, would you take that downgrade, or would you try to go someplace else?
Look, I mean, to me, and I don't know this guy's situation, I think it's commendable. We root for these guys like Lane Kiffin to stay at the places they're at.
Yeah.
Because, well, maybe it's about more than just moving up the ladder. And I don't know what, again, I have no idea what the situation is. Perhaps Brent Pry is like, well, at the end of the day, this school I love Virginia Tech. I love the school. Maybe he's got a family. Maybe he's got kids he doesn't want to move. And at the end of the day, he's got an actual friendship with James Franklin, and working with him is 100% worth swallowing his pride and becoming the second man at the place he just ran the place for the last couple of years. I think it's awesome. I think it's commendable. Like, I'm rooting for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, listen, and I don't know what I would do, because I feel like every coach is programmed where it's like, I got to go on to bigger and better, or I got to make a name from, like, I don't know, and like, maybe this is why I'll never be a coach or anything, because, like, I get to the point where if something feels like a right fit, I'm not going to change it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm a creature of habit.
Right.
Like, and we can say the whole Lane Kiffin stuff, like, I don't know, man. You were treated like a god there, I felt like.
Yeah.
They're getting ready to build you a statue despite what would happen this year in the playoff. Like, you're all set. Maybe it's the need for a new challenge and everything and more notoriety, but I feel like if you're in a happy spot, man, you stay. So, like, I get, him wanting to stay there, and obviously he's got ties to the university already, so I guess more power. I mean, it's obviously his choice.
Yeah.
It's what he wants to do. So
He's
I'm not going to knock him
massive
for
pay
it.
cut.
Massive pay cut.
But that's given
That's
he would
rare,
be hired as a head coach somewhere else.
That's what I'm saying.
Which I'm sure he could be at some place.
He definitely, I mean, maybe James Madison would have looked at him if it wasn't for, Billy Napier.
Billy Escapier?
Yeah, Billy Escapier. By the way, speaking of James Madison real quick, do you know who their quarterback is?
Actually, no, I don't. I don't know who their quarterback is.
So you remember when we had Jason Fitz on last year?
Yeah.
And we're talking about before we had him on, then we talked about it during when he was on about that quarterback that quit on his team halfway through the season because he was going to go someplace else.
Is that the UNLV guy?
The UNLV guy? Remember
That's
that
him?
guy? You remember him?
Yeah.
He's the starting quarterback of James Madison.
All right, well, I hope they get blown out.
That's exactly what I said. I'm like, all right, they're the underdog. I said, nope, not anymore.
It was 5 letters. It was like not Tesla or something like that. What was that guy's name? Because he was UNLV. Sluka.
Well, no, this dude is Alonzo Barnett III. So maybe, did I just mess this all
This
up?
says Sluka is another key quarterback on the roster.
Oh, so my dude's not even starting. Or is he starting?
Let me look at the stats because that'll tell the story. Dude, if it's Sluka, okay, it's not Sluka. He's the backup. Sluka is the guy from UNLV that transferred.
And is the backup at James
He's
Madison.
the backup at JMU. Alonzo Barnett, not Alonzo,
yeah,
is the starter. And he has been at JMU for 4 seasons. All right, we can root for him a little bit now.
Yeah, no.
We can root for him a
well,
little
they're
bit.
playing Oregon, though, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so I can't root for it at my house.
well,
but interesting. So dude left UNLV, opted out.
Yep, for the money.
For the money to be the backup right now at JMU. I mean, I assume next year probably gets an opportunity then.
Sure.
Interesting. Huh. But anyways, yeah, very commendable for a guy that's willing to take the pay cut for the betterment of the university and staying coach.
Yeah.
I'm sure Franklin really appreciates that.
All right, also, want to get a couple other college questions. Heisman finalists have been announced. It is obviously Mendoza, Pavia, Jeremiah Love, and Julian Sayin.
Yeah.
So we had the 2 quarterbacks that were in the Big Ten Championship, Jeremiah Love, the running back from Notre Dame, and obviously Pavia from Vanderbilt.
Now, is this the Love from Notre Dame that's not in the college football playoff?
That's correct.
Okay, cool. We'll see you later. Sorry.
If you're not in the playoff, you can't win the Heisman?
Well, no, I mean, you can for sure. I'm just kidding. But, like, come on. All right, go on.
Because Pavia's not either.
I know.
My question is, did Mendoza already win it with his performance in the Big Ten Championship? I mean, he just beat Sayin and played better than him. You going to give it to that?
What were the numbers, though, again, of
I don't
Mendoza?
think it matters what the Notre...
Okay, I forget the numbers, I guess, yeah. Okay, well, let me ask you this. In your eyes, what is the Heisman Trophy?
The best player in the sport.
Best player in the sport, or is it like the most important player to their team? You know, I mean, you get best player in the sport.
I don't know what the correct answer is, truthfully.
I don't think there is a correct answer. I don't think there really is a correct
to
answer.
To me, it's always just been the best player in the sport.
Okay. Yeah. Here's how I look at it, Hamby. Indiana is the best team in the country. Now, that may be up for debate in terms of who they played all year, but right now, they beat Ohio State, who many people thought was the best team in the country. Indiana's number 1. Most important position in football is the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
They've relied on Mendoza this year to will them to be the number 1 team in the country. Did I like the post-game speech?
Dude. Did we listen to it?
Hit it.
I'm pulling it up. I'm going to pull it
Okay.
up. That was insane.
This has been a really weird year, I think, in terms of Heisman's, just because there hasn't been, every year there's like, okay, there's 1 or 2 guys that are, you can kind of make an argument for a lot of people, and that's not in a good way. I just think like they're all just kind of, yeah. So I would lean on the best team in the country. It's quarterback, and that's probably Mendoza.
Okay, so let me ask you this as it loads. Had you ever heard Mendoza talk before?
Well, I did hear him talk because there was a college game day special like week 8 or week 9 where they, you know what it was? It was the Oregon-Indiana game.
Okay.
They featured him and his brother. So I heard him talk before.
Okay. Did anything stand out to you in that, though?
When he was
the first
talking?
time? Yeah?
Not really. No,
Okay.
no. Seemed like a pretty humble, Chill kind of dude.
All right, so obviously they win the game. Post-game interview. Newsflash. If you had the Heisman, it should be ripped from you after this mess.
Congratulations, Indiana, the Big Ten champs. How does that sound?
It sounds so beautiful. I want to give all the glory to God.
Oh my
We were never
gosh.
supposed to be in this position, but by the glory of God, the great coaches, great teammates, everyone we have around us, we were able to pull this off. Whoever thought the Hoosiers would be here, but now the Hoosiers are flipping champs. Let's go.
You guys call yourself a bunch of misfits who found the right home at Indiana. Why was this the right place for this group?
It's the right place for process-oriented. We're going day by day.
Stop looking in the camera.
Hammy, he's cutting a promo. Don't hate on him.
Process-oriented to one goal. That's our thing, is we're brothers. We can drag teams into the deep end because we know that we're going to stick together and we're the strongest glue ever.
Tell me about finding Charlie Becker, 3rd down, 2 minutes to go. We talk about Heisman moments, but take me through that one.
Man, what an incredible, Charlie's been, but he's been every single day in summer. We were
Is he reading from a teleprompter?
Before at 7 a.m. on Sundays, doing spots, doing routes, and now you see it to come to fruition. He's my roommate. Couldn't be happy for such a young man as well as our defense playing lights out.
Yeah.
And well, everybody just, what an incredible moment.
Congratulations. And
That can't win the Heisman.
What are you hating on him for,
no.
Hamby?
Dude.
I know, man.
I've never seen a cringier post game.
Do you think NFL scouts are like,
I mean, I don't know how that guy can lead a locker
kidding.
room.
I know.
That cringe? Like, that's Russell Wilson type cringe.
It was cringe.
That's
Hamby.
Russell Wilson.
I know. Hey, trust me. I'm with you, right? Like I'm with you with this, but kids, dude. As someone who just came from a middle school with 8th graders leading like a 1 hour tour on a campus for a middle school, kids are outspoken. But dude, this is how kids are these days,
dude.
What do you want me to do? Just be like, yeah, it was cool.
He was like crying, but like happy, but like yelling. Thought he was in the WWE.
Looking at the teleprompter?
Looking at the camera. Somebody tell him, please stop looking at the camera.
Listen, Hamby, at the end of the day, you just beat Ohio State against all odds. I didn't give you a snowflake's chance in hell of doing it. I don't think anybody did, but you did it. You found a way. And when you talk about the Indiana team, I'm not going to lie, man. I thought they're going to be middle of the pack this year. I'm like, okay, you guys had fun last year. Now it's back to reality. You aren't who you think you are. You're going to go to Oregon and get curb stomped because, Autzen Stadium's a tough place to play. Like they've answered every single bell, and I get it, man. It's cringy and it's like it's awkward, and I don't like it, and I don't want the Heisman guy to be like that. But I don't know what I would have said being that age in that situation either. Probably wouldn't have, had my voice going back and forth. And,
Gosh. Sounded freaking like Jack White at the halftime show.
Don't put him in the Jack. Don't point him in Jack White.
Jack White, come get him.
Don't put him in Jack White.
Actually, that reminds me of another. Hey, here's our new game. Which one's cringier?
Okay.
That or Matt Campbell opening press conference, Penn State yesterday.
Did not see it.
I want to finish with this so I don't screw it up. I hear this is how we got to finish it. So we are
Penn State.
We are
Penn State.
We are
Penn State.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, guys.
Was there an upper balcony he was looking at?
Yeah.
What about that? Man.
Dude. Have less juice. Impossible.
Dude, see, like...
You're welcome?
Yeah.
Why are we thanking him?
Well, no, that's their thing, Hamby, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what they do at Penn State.
I know that all the
thank you.
We
they
are
say, no,
three
but
times.
I'm pretty sure they say thank you and then they say you're welcome. I think. Don't quote me on it.
I'll never root for him to win another game. That wins. Fernando, you're off the hook.
You think that's the most cringy thing?
Dude, that's insane.
Well, I don't know, man.
It's that, but it's also just the way he delivered it.
Yeah.
We are. We are. Dude.
Well, what about John Summerall with the gator chop? Oh, my bad. I got to do it with the right hand. Sorry.
That was fine to me.
You're fine with that?
Yeah, and I hate it.
See, this is, once again, talking about why I don't want to be a coach. This is why I would be I feel like I could dominate press conferences with passion and everything, but I can't play along with, like, the corniness of stuff. Right? Like, I can't. Like, I feel like as a coach, sometimes you got to play a game, unless like you're a super established coach where it's like, hey, it's my way or the highway. Kirby Smart, Dan Lanning, where it's like, I'll do it, bro. I'll take my shirt off and I'll be fine. You know, like
Ben Johnson.
Well, Dan Lanning too.
Yeah.
Dan Lanning has taken his shirt off, like, I think 5 times this season so far I've seen. When you win a lot, you get credited where it's like you can do whatever you want. But like when you're trying to make that good first impression, it's like, all right, I got to shake hands with all the boosters, and I got to do all this, and it's the Gator Chomp, and it's the We Are Penn. Like you almost don't even feel like you're in charge, right? It's almost like you feel like you kind of got a tap dance for everybody for the first year or so, and then when you start winning, then it's like, okay, yeah, hey, by the way, I'm done tap dancing. Now it's my way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, like Lane Kiffin's going to go to LSU, and it's like it's his show right away. But I think if you're like a young upstart coach that they're maybe taking a chance on you a little bit at a bigger program, you got to play the game. And that's one game, Hamby, where I don't have the cringiness in me to play it.
Yeah. I've got another one. I'm on a heater with these.
Can you keep it coming?
Not a head coach, but maybe a future head coach or maybe a future analyst. Or man.
Ever since Liam
this is
Coen
great.
has been getting recommendations on how to pronounce Duval the right way. He went Duval.
How would you pronounce it, James?
Duval.
What's your Broadway one?
Duval. Yes.
They all work
The New
for
York
you.
got to me, but I got the Jags.
You got the Jags.
Dude,
He's incredible.
I can't stress this enough.
I love him.
Out of every single person in this world, I don't think I've done more of a 180 of how I feel about a person than Jameis Winston. And I'm not even lying. Like, when he was drafted, didn't like him. When he played his first couple years in the NFL, didn't like him. Didn't like eating the dub. Thought it was cringy. Thought it was it was overblown. I didn't know why people were so gravitated towards him. You know, the whole Jameis Winston thing. Not Jameis Winston. The whole Deshaun Watson thing in the locker room. I'm going to show, I'm like, hey, man, they just asked you what you feel about Deshaun Watson. We don't got to make this a 10-minute TED Talk with emotion and tears. But then the more, like, you look at Jameis and you kind of see the growth, you see the maturity, but through that growth and maturity, he still kind of kept that. And I don't even want to call it, like, cringiness, because I don't think it's that. Just, like, how would you describe it? He's
originality?
I guess originality. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
Right? It's different. It's unique.
Yeah.
It's unique. And
Nobody
usually
like Jameis.
And usually when it comes to like unique people in a public setting, I can be like, dude, this guy's way too much. I can't do this. He's growing on me, man. And every time, whether it's an interview, whether it's, on this broadcast, like I'll tune in. Like, the guy's great because it's not like a Stephen A. Smith or a Skip Bayless where you're trying to put on this persona. It's not even, you're not being yourself. Like Skip Bayless, you really don't need to talk about the Cowboys for 45 minutes after every single game. You don't really believe in that, but you do it because you're getting the clicks and you're getting the retweets, right? With Jameis, like, and I get it, like he's probably trying to pander to an audience a little bit. That's who he is.
That's who he is.
Like he's witty and he's whimsical. Whimsical is a good word. He's really whimsical. I'm all for it, man. And I get he's still trying to do the NFL thing, and more power to him. Played the Lions and had that classic vintage Jameis Winston type game,
including a touchdown catch.
But when he's done playing football, man, I don't know if it's going to be at the desk. I don't know if it's going to be in a booth.
Oh.
Both. But wherever he is, man, like I'll be a fan. Like he won me over, and trust me, it takes a lot to win me over when you kind of specialize in being whimsical like he is. That dude won me over, man.
Yeah, Reese, keep the peace says, I was so confused when I saw that clip because how does he have that job and is active on a roster? Sure. Yeah, just because the Giants, I guess, had a bye.
Yeah.
They allowed him to go.
Yeah.
By the way, in addition to that, Jameis won Twitter yesterday.
Okay.
FSU, the girls soccer team, won the national championship yesterday.
Damn, we didn't even get to talk. Okay. Didn't even say anything about it. Didn't even know.
Well, it is.
I know. Well, yeah, but still, man. It's Florida State. Come on.
Shout out to them.
It's the state. You got to give them some love. Come on.
So they put it out on Twitter, and Jameis retweets it and says, "Thank you at FSU Soccer for consistently being our best football team over the years." They're his own school. Thank you for being our best football team over the years.
Imagine being a player, like a football player.
Imagine being Mike Norvell.
Yeah.
Dunked on by Jameis.
Yeah. Listen, man, I think if we could take anything away from Jameis, and he wasn't perfect, and then the whole thing in college with the crab legs, and then when he stood on top of the table and shouted, you know.
Yep. You got it.
That. I'm like, this dude isn't going to make it. Like, he's not going to make it. Like, I literally remember being on the old show in the old studio, and I remember saying, like, whoever takes this kid, like, good luck. Because those decisions show you that, you don't want to lead your football team. And you fast forward to now, and I think the lesson that you take away with Jameis Winston, and this is a great teaching point to anybody, and it's something I tell my son all the time, but even though I haven't really showed my son Jameis Winston, I always tell him, man, like, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Like, you just be who you are, and you stay true to yourself, and everything will take care of itself. And, like, I get Jameis isn't for everybody. The Dubs, that wasn't for me for a while. But I think through everything, and listen, man, like, he's on social media. He gets how it works. He's probably got a lot of haters out there.
Yeah.
But the dude, through thick and thin, knows how to stay genuine. He knows how to stay true to himself. And you know what? It's been a long road, winding road. But in the end, it's going to work out, man, because he's going to have any job he wants when he's done playing football.
That's true.
Can't wait to see what happens next.
I can't. Hey, I can't either. Look, we're going to take a break. Jags talk when we come back. Maybe a little left tackle talk. Oh, Van Lanen. Some more to get to with the Jags at 9-4.
Yep, we got the Jaguars talk. I also, if we want to go down the road of my Saturday evening.
Yes, we do need to do that.
Get the biggest panic button that you've ever seen, Hamby.
I will go get one.
The state of the youth is not in a good spot right now. And I have the investigative report, and I have the ocular proof.
Send Austin.
To show you why. We'll talk about that next year, too, on the Brent and Austin Show.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
What's been going on?
We're both dealing with a lot of guilt right now.
Can't sleep, can't eat. You see that brand new Hyundai Santa Fe? We only paid $4 for it.
Looks like we're out of time. Breathing exercises. Inhale, exhale.
Enjoy the new car.
Okay, thanks.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get a Hyundai Santa Fe with 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or get $3,500 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Hey guys, we got a new player today. I hear he's pretty good.
Heard this guy played in the NFL.
I think he's an MMA fighter. I've actually been on his show, the Brent and Austen show.
Football and fighting, that's the easy part. Let's see if I still have it on the ice. What the heck, man? Who is this guy? He's saving everything.
Leave the hockey to the pros, man. It's hockey season. Come on out and see the Icemen play. Get your tickets at jacksonvilleicemen.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Brent and Austen Show on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Recycled headlines for today, presented by Republic Services. Talking Cole Van Lannon. We spent a large part of the show at the start talking about Liam Coen, the job that he's done to get the Jags to be 9-4. Talked Phillip Rivers coming back potentially for the Colts. Apparently he worked out for them last night after flying back into Indianapolis. And obviously the Chargers winning last night, how that affects the AFC playoff race. But I wanted to get to Cole Van Lannon today. Obviously, the job that he's done has been phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
At least for me, I have never seen versatility in the NFL at this level. In college.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I have at least never seen it for the Jags. A guy play 4 different positions and almost look like an upgrade at every spot.
Yep.
The latest of those, obviously, is at left tackle. He moves over to left tackle and looks like the guy. I mean, first of all, I want to credit the entire offensive line. Even Anton, who is I will maintain has played hobbled and banged up just about every game this season.
Wasn't his best game yesterday, though, if we're being honest.
Fair.
Now, once again, injuries, maybe something to do with that, but was not. I mean, in terms of offensive linemen, on Sunday,
Right.
he was probably the one that was maybe hampered the most.
And I didn't pull it, but Coen talked about that yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
The offensive line didn't give up a sack.
Correct.
No QB hits.
Correct.
Trevor was untouched in the passing game. However, the run game wasn't great. Just from an average, ATN was, I think, at 3.5 per clip. And Coen said yesterday that it went up to their standard. Just straight up said it went up to their standard. It wasn't quite good enough. Praised him for the pass game, not quite good enough in the run. That being said, I want to credit everybody else on the offensive line, but Van Lanen specifically. A month ago, this guy had put almost nothing on tape as far as a regular season game for the Jags. There was spot time here, spot time there. We're all familiar with him, but just hadn't seen much. Fast forward 1 month, the large majority of the Jags fan base, I feel like, is calling for him to be the left tackle of the future, and whatever happens to Walker Little is whatever happens.
Yeah.
A fast turnaround. He has quickly become a favorite in the fan base just because of his willingness to play whatever, and he's been gritty. He's been good.
Yeah.
So, have you seen enough to pencil Van Lanen in as a starter on the offensive line, period, no matter what spot that is? And or have you seen enough to say, look, pencil him in at left tackle. He's the guy until he's not.
Yeah, so it's an interesting question. We actually talked about this a lot last night on Jags Happy Hour, but
YouTube.
Oh yeah, it's only on YouTube. Don't listen to it on the radio. No, I don't want to say that. When you talk about a player getting hurt, a starter, you never want to have the narrative of, well, this guy got replaced due to an injury. There's the school of thought, and it's kind of like the unwritten rules of football, I feel like, in the locker room, where it's like, if you were a starter and you get hurt, then you have your spot waiting for you when you get back. Now, when you look at how Walker Little was playing up until the injury, one would say on a consistent basis that he may have been one of your weak link, like your weakest offensive tackle. Not to say the offensive line in general was bad, but there was, I think it was the Houston game, if I'm not mistaken. There's been a couple of games where Walker Little was just kind of like giving up hits, giving up sacks, and things like that. I can't remember how many sacks he's given up, but he's definitely given up hits. So I don't think Walker Little has been playing his best brand of football this late in the season. I take that into account when I'm trying to evaluate the Cole Van Lanen situation. I think Cole Van Lanen right now, I think on Sunday, he may have been your best offensive lineman. And he
showed
showed
the highest PFF grade of
he did?
Of any offensive lineman.
Okay. I mean, it's separate because Ezra was pancaking people too. So I don't know, because I don't look the PFF stuff, but I don't know if you get extra points for physicality and pancaking, but Ezra looked really good as well. That being said, if I'm Liam Coen and I'm trying to navigate this roster now, Cole Van Lanen is my starting left tackle until he gives me reason not to trust him. Once again, nothing to do with injuries, has everything to do with play. And just how good he's looked. And whenever you have a guy that wants to come in off the bench and he's kind of balling out, you keep riding the hot hand.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Anton Harrison, is there injuries there? Can you replace him with Walker Little? I mean, whatever. That could be a conversation, I guess, depending how banged up Harrison is. But in terms of left tackle and Cole Van Lanen, that is your starter going forward until proven otherwise. Because he's earned that spot.
Okay, so you're saying you don't need to see anything in the future as far as the last 4 games, let's say, of the regular season.
Okay.
Let's say Walker Little is available to play. All 6 guys are healthy. 6 being the obvious ones, the regular starters, plus Van Lanen.
Okay.
How would you run out the offensive line this week?
This week, if everyone's healthy?
Mm-hmm.
Anton Harrison's my right tackle. Cole Van Lanen's my left tackle. Everything else obviously stays the same.
Okay.
Yeah. Walker Little right now.
The swing.
until proven otherwise, is the odd man out.
Okay.
And once again, it's doesn't have to do with the injuries. It has to do with how well Cole Van Lanen is playing right now.
It's the hot hand.
It's the hot hand. And by the way, looking at the stats here, Walker Little's given up 9 sacks this season, which is 81st of 82nd in terms of offensive tackles.
It's not good at all.
Well, hey, he's second to dead last. So, once again, like I'm not going to implement. It's the injury. It's the injury.
I mean, you can make an argument that the conversation ends right there. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Until Van Lanen gives up that amount of sacks, which would be very hard to do in
Daniel Kilkenny, Austin, would you rather have a really good left tackle or a really good right tackle? Well,
wait, hold on. Really good left tackle or a great right tackle?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think he's thinking
a really
distinction there.
A really good left tackle,
maybe B plus left tackle or A right tackle. I think if I'm understanding his question correctly.
Okay.
Because if it was even 95 and 95 overall, let's just say everybody would take left tackle. I'm assuming.
Without a doubt. I mean, can I just put it like this? I would rather have a very dependable left tackle than a top 5 right tackle, I think, just because it's the quarterback's blind side. Now, the game has shifted, though, where there's not so much of an emphasis anymore on left tackles, right? Like both are really important and both kind of have the same type of skill sets. Like back when I played, your athletic guy played left tackle and your mauler dude with bad intentions and a little more of like a stockier build played right tackle. Well, those days are done now. Like they're essentially interchangeable. Yeah. But no, that's because right tackle doesn't get a lot of love. No, you're absolutely right, Daniel Kilkenny. Like, we always talk about the quarterback's blind side, the left tackle. But I think how coaches think now, there's definitely more of an emphasis on they're comparable. The only difference being now, obviously, is the blind side.
Nice job with the hands there.
Oh, yeah. Tucked off with my hands a little bit. Well, I mean, what do you think, Hamby?
I think,
do you think Walker Little deserves his spot back or not?
I don't think so. I'm not exactly ready to ship him off. I think he would be a great swing tackle. You know, if he was your third guy, out at your third tackle, is he being paid too much for that? Probably, but it's not egregious. Like it's a good deal. So if he were to end up being your third tackle, not the end of the world. You know, that's not. Those aren't there. You could do much worse.
Yeah.
Than to go into a season with Walker Little as your swing tackle.
Well, okay, then let's keep this conversation going because it sounds like we are on the same page about Cole Van Lanen and he should be the starter going forward. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is Cole Van Lanen's last year.
Yes.
Do you re-sign Cole Van Lanen?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, now, before we, and I get it, do we re-sign Jacoby Myers?
Yes.
Do we re-sign Devin Lloyd?
Yes.
Do we re-sign Travis Etienne?
No.
Okay.
You know, I mean, we've had that conversation many times.
We have.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cole Van Lanen is on a 1-year, $3 million contract this year. In April of this year, the Jacks tendered him as a restricted free agent. He'll be unrestricted after this year.
I know, and dude's going to make some money.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, and once again, this is all just theoretical. Cole Van Lanen, Devin Lloyd, Jacoby Myers.
Boy.
Cut one, tag one, sign one.
Oh. Gosh.
Yeah, man. These are the games.
Man.
So, once again, and just for the people following at home, the game is Cole Van Lanen, Devin Lloyd, Jacoby Myers. You got to cut one, you got to re-sign one, and you got to franchise tag one.
All right, I am going to. How old is Cole Van? I'm going to re-sign Cole Van Lanen.
Okay, taking care of your left tackle.
I'm going to take care of my left tackle.
Okay.
Or at least a offensive line spot again.
Yeah,
he
sure.
Doesn't necessarily have to play left tackle. Obviously, that's what
dude can play anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Because of his age, And I still think you could get somewhat of a discount, knowing that hopefully he finishes strong with 4 games left. Then you would say, all right, he's got half a season of great tape. So he's not going to deserve top 10 tackle money. He's
probably
making $3 million now.
Yeah. But here's the one thing.
A huge jump.
Yeah, but
still.
Let me say one thing, though, Hamby. If this team makes a deep run in the playoffs,
I know.
And if we're talking championship game, or let's put the pie in the sky and say Super Bowl.
Right.
If they get there, it's going to be a lot because I feel like of the offensive line play.
Yes.
And a lot of the play of Cole Van Lanen.
Right.
He could very well, and I get it, we're not paying him top dollar. This guy can make some money for himself, though, and premium tackles are not a cheap commodity. Just saying. Okay.
Right.
So you're going to pay Cole Van Lanen.
If I have to pay Cole Van Lanen, then I'm going to do
okay,
that.
Sure.
So if my options are now tag just for 1 year.
You got to take some guy.
Or cut, then I'm going to tag Jakobi Meyers. And I'm cutting Devin Lloyd, and here's why.
How much is the take for Jakobi Meyers, though, Hamby?
I don't know, but it's going to be high for him. It's going to be high for Devin Lloyd.
Okay.
If I only have 1 year or no years between those two, I'd rather have Jakobi Meyers for 2026 when I'm still trying to develop relationships with BTJ. And I'm still trying to develop relationships with Travis Hunter. And I still have the youngest wide receiving group in the National Football League. Between BTJ, Parker Washington, and Travis Hunter, that's the youngest group. Jakobi Meyers, that you've struck absolute gold with him right now, it's not time to let him go. That's the best connection that Trevor has had with a receiver since Evan Ingram and Christian Kirk. It's the best it's been this year as far as a connection and trust goes. I need that back next year, at least so I can bridge the gap until I feel fully confident with Travis Hunter and BTJ again for 2027. 1 more year of Devin Lloyd doesn't really do me any good. You're going to be paying him top dollar for, I hate to say this, but this game is making me. We really think he's going to have this many picks next year? We really don't think some of these are a little fluky or a little run into him? And he has made every play. Devin Lloyd has been amazing. For the sake of the game.
Okay.
For the sake of the game,
all right.
If I've got to cut one guy or let him walk,
yep,
it's going to be the guy who's kind of.
All right, Casey.
I don't know.
Casey, chop this up.
I don't know if those turnovers are coming with me next year.
Hamby doesn't want Lloyd here. Hamby wants to cut Devin Lloyd.
Hey, buddy, guess what? You got to play the game too.
No, I'm the game master. I'm Jigsaw.
No,
you didn't see that little puppet in Saw having to play his own. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you see the little puppet in Saw having the little mask who's got to rip it off before his face gets
pulled apart? I'm watching that bull.
Yeah,
Cole Van Lanen, Jakobi Meyers.
The first two were pretty good.
Devin Lloyd. Let's hear it.
All right, here we go. By the way, I looked up. So if you franchise take a wide receiver, well, this year would have cost you $23.96 million.
Oh, boy.
Next year, it's expected probably like 24, 25.
Jakobi ain't worth that.
This is the game you play.
Yeah.
All right, so if you're asking me, and by the way, Derek Kilkenny, I was just going to get to what he was saying, re-sign Cole Van Lanen now. Yeah, I give him the Walker Little approach, and I sign him before the season's over.
Okay.
At a discount.
So you're signing him too?
No, I'm just saying this isn't the game. I'm just saying this is what I would do. Now I'm playing the game. Want to play a game? All right, now it's time to play the game.
Yeah.
I am re-signing Jakobi Meyers. Simply because I think, and once again, I understand offensive line and how important it is.
Of the three.
Doesn't matter. I think he's the most important player on this team right now. I'll say it again. I think he's the most important player on this team. I think in terms of how to be a professional, I think it's rubbing off on Brian Thomas Jr. I think it's given Trevor Lawrence a new sense of confidence. And what you sacrifice to get him here, you have to keep Jakobi Meyers by all circumstance. And by the way, I say you have to keep him. I'm not going to pay the $24 or $25 million for a franchise tag on him. And I'm not going to let him walk. So congratulations, Jakobi Meyers. You are a Jacksonville Jaguar for the next, 3-4+ years.
Gets paid.
So I'm signing him.
Okay.
Now, if it comes down to Lloyd and Van Lanen, if I was going to franchise tag Devin Lloyd, that's even higher right now, according to this chart, than the wide receiver position. Mm-hmm. Now, depending how the offseason goes, this could change. But right now, and I think because they count linebackers all under one umbrella, according to fansided.com, it's $25 million this year, expected to be like 27 possibly next year, or even higher. So I'm going to once again, I don't think you have to tag this guy because a franchise tag for Cole Van Lannon is going to be on $23 million as well. I'm going to franchise tag Cole Van Lannon.
Welcome.
But you know what? No, I take it back.
Whoa.
No. I'm going to have to let Cole Van Lannon walk on to franchise tag Devin Lloyd. Simply because this. We've seen good of Cole Van Lannon. How much have we really seen, though? Like from where I sit right now. Because all I have to go off of is what? 2 games that he started, Hamby? And yeah, it's been a great 2 games.
Or 3.
But like, I'm not going to sit here and say, okay, well, let's give this guy, $25 million in a franchise tag right now based off of 2 games. I can't do it.
You franchise tag him, though.
$25 million, though.
Well, how much are you going to give Devin Lloyd?
The same. Yeah. So I'm going to know with what I know more.
How long has it been since the Jaguars had a reliable left tackle?
How long has it been since the Jaguars had like maybe a top 4, top 3 linebacker? Puz? I'll say Daryl Smith.
You wanted to say Devin Lloyd.
I think Devin Lloyd can be that. Dude, I mean, and I get what you're saying, Hamby. He's lucked into a lot of those interceptions. I don't know. Did Luke Kuechly luck into all his interceptions?
Sure.
Like,
they fell on his lap, probably.
You know how I feel about this.
He deserves a lot of credit.
Yeah, you know how I feel about this. And once again, we can say Josh Hines Allen's the best player on this defense.
Maybe it's Devin Lloyd.
It might be Devin Lloyd.
So then you can't let your best player walk.
Correct. Thank you.
I chose 2.
And with all due respect to Cole Van Lannon, because this is your starting left tackle going forward, and this is just for the sake of my game that now I'm kind of biting myself that I actually wanted to play it. I'm keeping Devin Lloyd, and I'm franchise taking him. And then I guess we have to work through it in the draft. There's something in free agency for a left tackle. And that makes you nervous for Trevor and everything. I get all that. But I'm not going to let arguably maybe the best player on defense go. Can't do it. Sorry, won't do it. And Jacoby Myers is staying because he is the most important part of this offense right now.
Hey, your game sucks.
Yeah, that's one of those games where you don't feel good with no matter what you say.
You don't.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's why it's a game and it's not real life. And that's why we're on this show. We're not making the big bucks down there at
that's
Everbank.
Gladstone's problem.
Yeah, that's Gladstone's problem.
For sure. All right, one more break to get to here on the Brent and Austin Show. When we come back, we're finally going to get to this. An insane experience. I'm having a grand old time watching the SEC Championship, watching the Dogs roll. And Austin is in another world in the movie theater.
Yeah, man.
With the demise, apparently, of our civilization.
Parents, this is going to be for you. We got it. I think we got to do a better job. I'm just saying it. Don't want to call anybody out. Don't want to name names. But as a collective, the youth right now is making me nervous.
I want to shout out the Texas Gator Bowl. 81st edition of the Gator Bowl. Saturday, December 27th. It's going to be in prime time. Virginia and Missouri. 2 teams that, Virginia, 1 play away from going to the college football playoff. Now they're coming to Jacksonville. Should be a good time down at Everbank Stadium. Check them out, TexasGatorBowl.com for tickets. We'll be right back.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. And most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
If you look good, you feel good. And the medical professionals here at Ponte Vedra and Aesthetics are here to make you feel your best. I'm on camera every week, and I have a confession to make. I'm not always confident in my appearance. Can you see my dark circles? Is my makeup highlighting my fine lines instead of covering them up? I question it all. So when I found out about the wide variety of procedures here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics, I knew help was just one appointment away. Medical Director Dr. Megan Deacon Casey and her board-certified physicians have been using the latest in cutting-edge technology for the last 10 years, giving men and women their personal confidence boost. From Botox, fillers, Morpheus 8, and so much more. The hardest part was figuring out what I needed. Thankfully, the medical team walked me through what would work best for me through a free consultation. Come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations, either over in Ponte Vedra or on the south side.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Colts Hilly, Hilliard High School. Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Welcome back. Last little bit here of the Brent and Austen Show. We'll be back in studio tomorrow. I think it'll be me and Hamby holding it down. Is Casey coming in or not?
No idea.
Yeah, no idea. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. He's got to throw the dartboard again because he's got to take his punishment for the second time. Still waiting on that first one, but hey, what are you going to do, man? People pay their bets when they pay their bets. Brent took 3 months to beat Dan Hicken. I did mine the week of. Hamby has just always been in the clear. How crazy that the biggest degenerate of the entire show is probably doing the best so far in this gambling thing.
I'm not the biggest.
Yeah, man, I've seen you in the red a couple times. And then Casey we're still waiting for the Casey corner on the Me O'Brien show, but we'll wait for that when it happens.
When it does, it'll be glorious.
It'll be glorious. I teased this yesterday a little bit. We'll end the show with this. Nothing to do with sports, more to do about just with life and preparing yourselves, if you will. 5 Nights at Freddy's 2. For those of you, in case you forgot the first one, I told this story. I believe it was on this show. Or it might have been the old show, but there was a Five Nights at Freddy's one. And this is right around when me and my son's mother split up, and I'm like, okay, do I take him to this movie and be the cool dad, get some brownie points, or do I, because I'm kind of worried if it's too scary, we go. PG-13, we bite the bullet, we go. It was scary. There's animatronic animals eating people and killing people, and I'm like, yep, well, there goes my, Dad of the Year nomination because my son's going to be petrified. Get back, at our house. I tuck him in. I go, hey, dude, pretty heavy tonight. You okay? You gonna sleep okay? He goes, yeah. Why? I go, oh, I don't know. I saw an animatronic cupcake eat through somebody's chest cavity. You sure you're okay? And he goes, yeah, Dad. I'm like, you're in the house, right? I'm like, well, always, man. He goes, yeah, you're the toughest guy that I know. You'll keep me safe. I go, you're damn right. You're damn right, son. Yeah, you're okay. Ain't gonna be no animatronics coming up in the Lane household. I'll keep him into next Tuesday. So there we go. So that was the first one. Going to the second one. And by the way, spoilers in 3, 2, 1. If you want to go see Five Nights at Freddy's, by all means do it. It's got 15% on Rotten Tomatoes for a reason, though.
Oh.
Even my Trevor Lawrence clip that Casey posted that got all the hate that was misconstrued and taken out of context is like 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I'm doing better. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing better than that. Lo and behold, Saturday during the SEC championship game, go to see Five Nights at Freddy's 2. The first one, nobody was there. Kind of, it's this video game that became like a graphic novel series that is now a movie. First one, nobody was there. This one, the theater was packed to the gills. But I reserved seats, being a good dad that I am. We got right in the middle, right in the heart of that movie theater, Hamby, where you can see everything. You're not too close, not too far away. It's like you're in the movie. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, in this movie theater, it is me, my 10-year-old son, and we are surrounded by tweens or teenagers. That's the demographic here.
Okay.
Not a lot of people my age unless they're bringing their kids to it, which there wasn't a lot of kids there. There was more of just like teenagers.
Okay.
Already not off to a good start, right? Previews are playing. I'm trying to pay attention. There's a new Avatar movie. Can't hear it because everyone's talking. Okay, fine, whatever. Hopefully when the movie starts, it'll be better. The premise, and once again, spoilers in 3, 2, 1. So it's essentially a Chuck E. Cheese whose owner had a thing for killing kids.
Oh.
And then those kids' souls would go in the animatronic animals that played the music because they were tortured souls. That was the first one. The premise of the second one is that there's more characters that we weren't privileged to in the first one, and they go back in time to, must be the 80s, 70s, I don't really care, and they're at this place, and I forgot it's called Freddy, whatever, it's called Freddy's, right? Freddy's. So they're at Freddy's, and the manager abducts a child in the middle of a birthday party. This little girl sees it, goes to the adults, is like, hey, Brian just got taken by somebody. And everyone's like, get off it, kid. Leave it. Come on, kid. Okay. The girl goes in the back to try to save this other kid. She grabs the kid. She runs. And you think she makes it. And she collapses on the stage when she gets outside the curtain because she's been stabbed 5 times.
What?
Yeah. Stabbed in her back. By the owner. Now.
What?
Now. There's a dying, teenager on the screen. And what happens to Freddy's? Well, it was an accident. It was a horrible accident. She's got 5 stab wounds in her back, and they called it an accident, and Freddy stayed open. And the owner, nothing happened to it. So that's the type of movie that we're dealing with. So now this girl's spirit gets trapped inside of a new character called Puppet. And Puppet's whole thing is that since parents weren't listening, to this girl saying, hey, we need help, parents are bad. Now, I am in a theater, and do we have the videos?
We have one.
Little preface to this video. This was halfway through the movie, and I had to record it because the first couple of times I didn't, and I was in such shock. I was there opening night of Avengers. I was there, spoilers in 3, 2, 1, when Captain America grabbed Thor's hammer, and the theater erupted. I was there for that. That doesn't even hold a candle to the audience that I was a part of in this theater. This clip isn't like this. The sound that you're hearing isn't from the movie. The movie's supposed to be deathly quiet. Listen to what I had to deal with these kids. So that screaming was everyone behind me. Hamby, the first time that it happened, I thought I actually had a gun in the theater. Like, it was deathly quiet, and all of a sudden I hear, and I'm like, I grabbed Ronan, I'm like, oh, damn, it's about to go down. Like, stay low. And Ronan's like, Dad, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, no, I'm scared of you, dude. We're all good, right? Like, that's how crazy it was. Now, keep in mind the premise. The premise is that parents are bad, parents are stupid, and now the animatronics are going to kill the parents. Kids were going, you would have think the Jaguars going to the Super Bowl.
No way.
Kill him! Kill him! Get him! Kill him! Hamby, I'm sitting here, and my son's like, yeah, because there's this one point like where the teacher had it come, and the teacher was kind of bad. Teacher, by the way, is Newman from Seinfeld.
Oh, wow.
Teacher was bullying kids and everything. I get it. But my son's like, that's what he gets. Literally gets his head squished. Once again, spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Head squished. Blood everywhere. My son's like, you bet. That's right. Dude, and I'm looking at him like, what is this what's happening? Hamby, every single teenager in there was cheering for the demise of parents. And I left, and once again, this is during the SEC championship game. So then imagine my surprise when I saw the Georgia score. I'm like, oh, that's even better. I've never been just that was my hell, Hamby. That's what it was. Because the kids would not be quiet. Everyone's talking. My son's getting hyped up. Yeah, kill the teacher. I'm like, dude, whatever. And the cherry on top, and maybe we'll talk about this more tomorrow because this is a conversation for another time. Mm-hmm. The cherry on top. My son goes, hey, Dad, what'd you think about it? And I'm going to be nice. I'm not going to give him my honest critique. Go, that's pretty crazy, man. Pretty scary. It wasn't scary, but he's like, yeah. He goes, scariest movie you ever saw?
What?
And I go, well, no. I grew up with The Exorcist. I grew up with Alien. So, no, not the scariest movie I've ever seen. My son goes, yeah, but I grew up with Five Nights at Freddy's. Believe me when I said that we had a conversation that ride home about what makes a scary movie. And it's not neon, animatronic animals doing 6, 7 and all this stuff, killing their teachers and parents. Okay? It's more of possessed little girls running downstairs backwards, puking on people. Not even up for debate. And maybe we'll talk about scariest movies of all time, maybe tomorrow, Ham, because Brent won't be here, so, when the cat is away, the mice will play.
That's right.
Needless to say, though, hey, parents, if you got to take your kids to Five Nights at Freddy's, I commend you. Just be ready, because it ain't for me, Hamby, it ain't for you, it ain't for Brent, it ain't for anybody over 16 years old. And we'll leave it at that. For Brent Martineau on the road, Jason Hamby pushing all the right buttons. I'm Austen Lane. Y'all stay safe, stay casual, and stay away from those animatronics. Peace.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway, or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness, and most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick GMC. We are professional.